Y'all already know it's your boy RNG Tay, and when I'm in Baltimore, I'm tuning in to No Sugar Radio. Gang, gang, blah.
I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring. I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring. I said it's all about the level up. Everything on me is foreign, it's nothing regular. My team coming out as the hardest, y'all better step it up. Everybody official, I don't roll with no replicas. Stick with my day ones, I love them niggas, they never left. Us versus anybody, what's up, I got enough to bet. Don't make me go in my bag, I'm ready to fuck up a check. We won the game, sip some champagne after we cut the net. Hit the China bus with 100 cartons on underdeck. 50 pack from the store where people say that you buy the best. 100 black boys whenever I hit my target heads. But I calm down, now I pitch out of a jar for bread. Said I'ma chill right now and write some bars instead. But most times I like to read or write. You ever been so anxious by the up you couldn't sleep at night? Knowing if you pick the food first, you gon' be eating right. You steady hitting the refresh button just to repeat the sight. We almost at the end of the tunnel, cause I see the light. You see we bout to take off, nigga, I hope you catch the flight. You see we bout to take off, nigga, I hope you catch the flight. I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring. I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring. I said I do the running man when I touch them bands in the spot that has suit shirt, tuck the pen. I don't play games, that's how I move when I touch the land. Got the juice off the IQ. Jim was the fucking man before them scams. It was them grams. We had the hand to hand, fixing zips ups in them back. We used for sandwiches on the block. We damage it. The neighbors called us animals. I'm in the game to eat, nigga. They label me the Hannibal. If you wanna learn the game, I got the reader's manual. You don't gotta search it on Google. I got the answers too. Niggas out here running out of gas. Well, I got the few extras in the car, like when you bring your kids to shop for food. It's always heart to heart, cause I got the blues and my secret characters, y'all know how we rockin' fools. It's always heart to heart, cause I got the blues and my secret characters, y'all know how we rockin' fools. I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring. I'm a reader, I like to read, I swipe for cheese. My team of cleaners, we coming in and we wipe it clean. Check my demeanor, just biker jeans and Nike tees. Couple shines on, I did the bracelet cause it matched the ring.
What up, man? It's your instigator narrator, better known as Crash, live, No Sugar Radio, kicking it with the squad. And as always, y'all, we got a dope show for y'all. Before we get it started, please let them know, y'all, who we kicking it with.
What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Fly Ty the Promoter. We are back, No Sugar Radio. We in the building. Y'all already know, follow me on Instagram, Fly Ty the Promoter. Follow me everywhere, Fly Ty the Promoter. But make sure y'all like the like page, though. It's Fly Ty the Promoter.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. It's your boy King Action. You can find me on Instagram, _King Action, _. And you can Google me and find me at King Action anywhere else. And you are now tuned in to No Sugar Radio, baby. What's good?
What's good?
We hype
Woo,
now.
it's Sunday.
I feel this turnaround coming to my life, man. This year been like shit.
Yeah.
Spring is finally coming around. You know,
Right.
Jack Frost's been fucking everybody up
Man,
recently.
fuck a Jack
Right.
Frost.
You feel me? Like, this shit is crazy out
Fuck
here in
you,
these
Jack.
streets.
This bitch better go away. For real, man. It's like a bitch that won't leave you alone.
Yo, how y'all weekend been, man?
For me, it's been
going
pretty
on?
dope, man. I got some, housework done, cut my grass finally, fucking weeds everywhere, my neighbor in my ass.
You say you smoking weed everywhere.
What? No, what? I don't do that, Blaine.
Oh, shit. I'm like, you got to ask a question. You know what I'm saying? It's that time
It was
of year.
definitely dope, productive. Spent a lot of time with my son,
Mm-hmm.
He been keeping me real active. I'm about to say wifey. We're going to say fuck the gym. Because my man, he got me running around the house now, outside, chasing a little behind. Daggone legs getting sore and burning.
Shout out to Carter.
Hey, it's that
Right.
time of the year. You
Professional
feel me?
trainer already.
Right, getting it in.
Goddamn right. You get with your kids. That's all the training you need.
My man
You
be
be running
gone,
around.
too.
They be having you stressing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Losing weight and everything. Fucking around with these kids.
I don't need to lose weight. I'm already skinny as it is.
Ty, what about you? How your weekend going?
My weekend it's been long. It's grind season. It's always grind season. But I when you grind in the spring and the summer, that's that extra sweaty grind. You gotta go hard. So now it's just grind season for me, prepping for a lot of the personal brand stuff and a lot of the no sugar shit. So and then still getting over this goddamn flu that
Fucking
now I
Jack.
got the aftermath. This shit is ridiculous, man.
Aftermath, you going that cough.
Got the cough. So if y'all hear me coughing, don't just shut up. Don't
I got a
just shut up. Don't
I got a
even
few left
fucking-
for him.
just- Right, just shut up. I got these holes and shit. I'm trying to get better. Shout out to Babe for making sure that I was good and shit.
Right.
Babe,
That
babe.
flu, yeah, got that flu out of here real quick. Now it's dealing with this phlegm shit. That shit is
Hey,
Ugh.
that's the hard
Yeah.
part, right? Cause
Yeah,
I think that's the
hardest
get
part.
Get up in your chest
Man,
and it be
itch.
itching, like, and you can't scratch it down there. Like there's nothing you can do. You can't stick your finger in your fucking throat and scratch right up in there where you need to get that shit out. Right.
and then you know you annoying people when you keep coughing and shit.
What?
People start looking at you like, what the fuck?
That and
Bitch,
sniffing.
look the other way. Don't.
Cover your fucking
I'm
mouth.
going through some shit right now.
God damn it, shit.
Shit is crazy. But
Right.
shout out to everybody who got over the flu safely. You know, I know that there's some kids that passed away with the flu and all of that.
Yeah.
That shit is the real. That shit
It
is
is.
real, man. That the flu shit. If I couldn't handle it, and I'm a grown ass woman, I know them kids was probably going through it.
Right.
So
No, BJ put me through that shit, man. That shit is scary. Like, dude had like a damn near 104 fever just out of nowhere.
Oh,
just
man.
like that. I ain't never seen him like that before. Everything that he loved to do, he didn't want to play the game. He didn't want to go outside. He didn't want to have fun. He was just like,
See, my son, man, he's I don't know, he be champion with that shit. Like sometimes you don't even know he's sick because he always had this phlegm
Sick
respiratory history. No, it's not that too.
sick
His eyes
look,
always
sick.
droop.
Yeah, all
Like
the
he
time.
always got energy though. Like it don't matter until it's nighttime. When it's time to go to sleep, he's always up whining like 3 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that. But other than that, you can't really tell because he's always and getting it
out there
That's it.
getting it.
and getting it. I'm like, yo, are you sick or not? Like then when they get this little moments, like, okay, I don't want to do anything right now. Baby, hold me. I'm like, yo,
shout out to everybody
Suck it
who's
up.
tuned in on the live right now.
right,
The
right.
live is going
Live-
crazy right
live is
now.
booming right
Shout out,
now,
shout out
right?
to everybody who's
Appreciate
tuning in
you.
on the live, on the personal lives, and also the No Sugar Radio live.
Mhm.
Shout out to Essence out of New York, getting crazy on the dance scene.
Hold up, wait. We'll appreciate you more if you share it.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to Essence,
Shares are
man.
real.
She killing it in the New York dance scene. She came to the launch party last year, turned up with a group of her homegirls and shit.
Hold on,
Oh,
who you
okay.
talking
Essence,
Yeah.
with the white dress that came. Everybody
I
had a white dress. Right, everybody
sorry,
had a white
remember,
dress
like,
on,
hold on,
right?
white dress.
Now I know who you talking about.
I think I know which one you talking about.
Yeah, I know who you talking about.
Yeah,
now.
shout out to her. She tuned in right now. She said,
Yeah.
"What's up, everyone?"
Dope. What's going
I
on?
got friends
coming
tuning
back,
in from
right?
the Middle East, man. People stationed everywhere.
Man, shout out
I
to
get
Korea,
around.
man. I know y'all watching this. I know
Get
y'all
around.
tuning in.
Shout out to all of y'all. We appreciate y'all. We
Yes,
appreciate
yes, yes,
everything
yeah.
that y'all
Definitely.
spending y'all Sunday with us. Y'all supposed to be in church right now. We don't want to hear that shit.
Or laid up somewhere.
Laid up somewhere, but this is church right here. We about to give you some church.
Right, because we got some dope ass topics.
I'm just trying to tell
We
y'all
got some dope ass topics for today. I'm gonna let King get right into it. We gonna jump right into everything because that's just what we
We're
do.
gonna jump into
Everything.
everything. Like the fact that Beyonce is out there fucking doing
What?
her thing. Fucking-
Good shit.
Damn it.
Beyonce is one of the she
She got a
She
cult.
owning shit.
she's a
You said
good
she got a
fucking.
cult?
She's really got a cult. That shit is a cult.
Yeah, no,
movement.
for
Like,
real,
people-
for real. Like
that
the
shit is
Black
real. That
Panthers
shit
type
is
shit.
Yo, that shit is scary. Like,
The Beehive is for
the
real, for real.
Beehive
It
is
will
some
sting
legit
your
shit.
ass.
Like, and she's out there in fucking Coachella
Giving them up for all
doing
the
her.
honey.
She giving her everything. She's so good. Let me tell you how good she is. She's so good. She
How
done
good is she?
revived Destiny's Child.
What? Hold on.
Right.
To
No,
life.
that's serious
The
though.
Right.
motherfucker, everybody's expecting an album from them now that she done brought them out on the stage, and you know shit, she probably doing.
She
just
probably
that.
going. They probably
Just that.
already was.
They
in
probably
the
already
studio.
was doing it. They just used that as the platform to launch the idea. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She's one of the artists that can eliminate the whole marketing team and still sell millions of fucking copies.
I will do it myself.
She will go in the office and fire
Like that.
everybody from the marketing program and say, "Fuck all y'all."
Fuck you. Fuck
Nobody
you,
get
fuck you.
checked
You cool.
At
Fuck
this
you.
point,
Right.
I'm gonna put my album out myself because she's made herself known.
She's
like
that
already, she did it to us already. She dropped
Twice.
the album twice,
Twice.
and we didn't know it was coming out.
And the
No
shit did
promo,
better the second time than the first time, and she broke the internet the first
Bro,
time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
No
I'm on,
TV marketing.
nothing, no
Jay Z
flyer.
ain't say shit about her coming out with
And he
anything.
did the same thing. Like,
Right,
you know,
with
these
the,
motherfuckers don't even tell you that they gonna drop out. No hint, no nothing. It's just like, oh, this random day, let me just drop
You
this
gotta be
album real
real.
quick.
You gotta
Man.
be a good ass artist to
Let me
do some
just-
shit like that.
Let me just, you know, I put a
about that
single. They put
performance.
a single out the day before. Be like, oh shit, there's new music.
right.
Next thing you know, the day after the album, fucking platinum in one day and shit. Like, what kind of You know what I'm saying?
You taking your kids' school
Man.
lunch money and
Trying to
buying it
buy
on
this fucking
iTunes.
album.
You buying it on iTunes. You done, babe. You're not gonna have no goddamn lunch this week.
No snacks.
Beyonce album is $9.99
rent.
Your allowance, we gonna double that next week because you ain't getting that shit this week.
because you need to be Beyonce.
Right.
You need to be Beyonce. Like,
Like you don't need to eat right now or the kids. We gotta go watch Beyonce.
But the fact that because everybody was like, "What's the big deal about Beyonce and the Coachella?" And the big deal is she's the first African American
to headline.
to headline Coachella.
Headline that
So
bitch.
that's the big deal. So for
Yeah.
those people that's like, "Oh, everybody's talking about
Man.
Beyonce. What the fuck is the big deal?" Well, that's the big deal. We as black people are making history, and a lot of that is not being recognized and pushed out there to the world. But the negative shit is being pushed out quicker than the positive things. She actually did that, and I'm pretty sure it was hard for first of all for Beyonce to go off the scene and not do nothing for
After
like a
the
year and
babies.
some shit after the babies, and then now you headlining Coachella. There's artists that been out consistently year after year after year that's been trying to do that and didn't
No
have
break.
it. So a shout out to everybody who decided to get her on Coachella and headline. I don't even know who's in charge of that shit. But
Right.
I remember we was selling tickets for that shit. It was all,
Yeah,
white.
this shit is jacked up, like for real, like back in the day, you know.
Right.
Now you can say that back in the day, niggas selling
Back in the
tickets
day,
and shit.
niggas.
We had the plugs. We was shit.
Real grind.
But yeah, man, shout out to her. And besides that, look, fuck all of that shit, because that's just more so of an image thing. What about what she did outside of that, right? So everybody was looking at her. She was out there stepping and shit. She was out there
Still getting it.
fucking getting it, right? But then
For
she took
fucking
that money,
performing.
though, and she invested it, and she gave scholarships to
Right.
those fucking HBCUs and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck? And it's not
And
the
she's
first
supposed to
time
be-
she's done it, but this is the biggest that she has done
And she
it.
still probably like running with that, branching off too.
Yeah,
Right?
because she had a foundation last year. It was the Lemonade Foundation that gave back to the colleges before. But this year, she did 4 colleges and gave away money for scholarships to 4 colleges.
She
You
a
know
true
what I'm saying?
MVP.
She's growing every year with that shit, and she's giving out these scholarships. So it's like,
So let's hate. Let's hate.
what more can you find? What are you gonna? What more can you complain about? Like, you know what I'm saying? For everybody who tries to say, "Oh well, she doesn't give it back to the neighborhood," no, because it's bigger than the fucking neighborhood. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She's trying to take over the world. She
this
ain't.
is
She
bigger
ain't.
than
She,
the
My
fucking
thing
neighborhood.
with people like that is, first of all, if you're not doing anything at all, you should just shut the fuck up.
Right.
Period.
Ooh, fuck it. No. Let me zoom in real quick. Say that again.
I said if you're not doing anything at all, you should just shut the fuck up. Period.
Shut the fuck up.
That way.
For real. That way.
Like it's like what are you arguing about because what somebody else is not doing with their money when yet you're not doing anything with even a little bit of money. I don't care what situation you're in. Do something. But don't sit here and get mad because he spent all his money on this or he spent all his money on that. We got this going on, we got that going on. Okay, what the fuck are you doing besides
Right.
complaining?
right. And for those people, and this is sad to say, but it's a lot of black people
Oh yeah.
who hate, and that sucks because she's setting, she paving the lane, and I know people don't like to follow other people or get in somebody else's lane, but at the same time, pay respects to this girl. Like, she's doing her damn thing, and for those people who making excuses about I got kids, that's why I can't do it.
She got him too.
She got him too.
She got 3 of them motherfuckers.
I got a husband. He requires time. She's got a husband. He required time too. It's about how you fucking manage your time with what you have, and she's doing it. There's no
Right.
excuses at this point. Like, still running her own brand. Got a whole fucking cult behind her. The
Whole
Beehive is just going crazy. Barely doing features with anybody besides her husband and Nicki Minaj. Like,
Right.
she's not trying to do features with nobody, but still selling. Like, brought back her best friends.
Yeah.
Let them eat at the same time while she's eating. Made history. Like, you can keep going on and on and
Right.
on.
The shit's so real. The other girl, because nobody really knows the other girl that was
Michelle?
in Destiny Child. No, the other girl.
Oh,
Remember,
the
there
one
was
that
like
said
other
wasn't-
members.
they wasn't
Yeah,
twerking right or
the
something
one
like
that,
that?
yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah,
wanted in. She wanted in for real. She want to be a part of the reunion and shit. She want to bring back all 5 of them motherfuckers. Like, they want to
Well,
be on the stage together, and it's just
the
like,
good thing is Beyonce has the control to do it.
yeah,
Right.
And not only that, she's a merciful God. For real. And speaking of motherfuckers not to really go on a tangent about it, but like motherfuckers not having features and still selling. What about this motherfucker J. Cole? Anybody
Woo!
really
What?
That's my man.
Shout out to
100
J.
grand.
Cole,
This
man.
nigga here, he's a different type of motherfucker. Let me tell you how good this nigga is. I had to do the homework, right? So before he dropped
Dreamville.
the album, right, Dreamville, Dollar in the Dream type shit, right? So I love that movement. I love the whole fucking shit about it. But here's what he did. Before his album even came out, there was this artist that came on the scene and dropped a single called Kill Edward, right? Nobody knew who the fuck that was. Dropped a song. And it was a reference to some shit. So when he dropped his album, and had only one feature on the album. This nigga so good, he featured himself as somebody else because he didn't want anybody on his album. And because people have complained these last couple years that he hasn't had a feature, he featured himself as somebody else.
You can't complain. Like, who the fuck is you to try to complain about an artist not having features? He don't have to. Like,
and they dropped the song and said, I don't have to fucking have you,
like,
motherfucker. I'm on my own shit.
Like, I got features.
Y'all don't deserve to be on my shit.
Shout out to J. Cole for real. And
shit.
Everybody that's saying that, you know, his music, because I seen a lot of reviews and everybody like, oh, J. Cole album isn't.
It's not. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Like, when people grow up, I don't know what you expect. You expect him
he
to still...
put himself in another bracket with this album.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he put himself in another bracket, meaning with a bunch of bosses. Like, you know, you got the middle schoolers and you got the high schoolers. To me, J. Cole was always like the freshman of the high school. He done stepped himself up all the way to fucking college at this point because he's spitting things that people don't want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna make you
listen.
He's gonna make you listen to it. Like, and that's and for him to have an idol like Nas, I can understand the resemblance of that album to the things that Nas was saying in Illmatic.
Right.
And not saying that J. Cole copied off of Nas at anything, but you can see who are people idols based off of how they move in the music industry.
Right.
Because he's moving like a grown ass man. Like, he been there for decades. He hasn't been here in the music industry known for a decade yet.
Right.
He's been doing music for a while, for decades, but he hasn't really been mainstream for a decade himself. So it's like, just understand that these artists are not trying to put out stupid ass music. Like, they're really saying something in their lyrics. And if you listen to every song on that album, you can tell that he has a message and he still got more. That's the thing. He in them songs, he still got more. You can tell he put out a little bit because he's gonna drop something else. But he probably gonna eat off this album for like another 2-3 years.
Right.
Drake did it.
Shit. And then this
And then
motherfucker
this
about to
nigga
drop
Drake-
in June.
Man,
Like,
this
this
nigga
this
Drake,
summer's
bro.
about to be lit. Like, this summer's about to be crazy.
Drake and J. Cole is about to go crazy with and Kendrick Lamar.
And he's shortly, like, on the short list.
I'm
right
not
there.
even gonna, cause Kendrick too. People not understanding, man. You could say all day, this nigga dressed like a bum. This nigga got all the money in the world, but he dressed like this.
Get out that man's pocket.
M did it.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
He could wear the same sweatpants all year round.
You know how many fucking pairs of them sweatpants he probably
He
got?
probably
That's that
endorsed
man's
by that
style.
shit.
Yeah, like, you don't know what the fucking... that motherfucker getting paid to wear them sweatpants. Fucking, I wear every fucking color, every fabric, every motherfucking size. They want me in the skinny fit. I'm gonna be in
You know the
fucking
crazy
skinny
part?
fit.
Eventually, sometime in the future, people gonna catch on to that shit and start doing the same thing.
But it ain't gonna matter because it's too late at
Right.
that point. It's saturated, and that's the problem
gonna
with
do
these
something else.
motherfuckers. That is the problem, because when they don't listen to albums like this because they don't relate. Like, I was looking and I saw fucking was one of these young motherfuckers. Oh, well, I don't listen to that shit. Motherfucker said, yeah, I love Lil Pump, best I ever heard type shit. I'm like,
Oh wow.
but you got to
That's a big-
remember too. You know what I'm saying? This is a generational
Yeah.
thing. So if you don't understand it, that's one thing. Say that. You know what I'm saying? If you can't relate to it, that's one thing. Say that. Respect that, because everybody can respect if you don't relate to something. Like me, for instance, I don't relate to Kendrick Lamar. If I had to choose between the two, I
Right.
choose J. Cole. I relate to him more.
Right.
Not to say I don't like Kendrick, but I just don't relate to his music.
Right.
He still fucking got a Pulitzer
Right.
Prize. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing something, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And so if it's not for you, then say that. But don't say that the shit is trash because
Right.
you don't understand it. That means you're not living that lifestyle. And that can be understood too. So when he took all these young motherfuckers to task on 1985, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, God damn.
Right.
And the crazy thing is, you cannot relate to somebody,
And
but
still listen to him.
still respect
Yeah,
Right,
the
but
content.
It's a craft.
Respect the craft. Because to be completely honest, I'm not a Jordan fan. People get on me all the time. You don't like Jordan? I don't like Jordan. I don't like LeBron. But I like their craft. I like
Right.
they're ballers. They this is what they do. They're pure scorers.
Mm-hmm.
I respect the game, but I don't like them. They're not my first pick.
Right.
You can't get mad at somebody that they're not my
What you
first
mean you don't
pick.
like Jordan?
Like, but people always get mad at that, and it's like you can't. Like, I'm more of a Karl Malone. I don't like Jordan. I like Karl Malone. Like, I like that's just me. Like, so some people that you might pick Jordan, I might pick Magic. It's not a bad thing, but at the same time, respect the craft. Don't if
People
you an
can't think
artist,
for themselves no more.
right? If you're an artist, come in the game and be open to all types of music because, like, you might be an East Coast person and you might say, I'm more of a Biggie fan. I don't like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't like, but you open to the lyrics, the lyrical
Right.
content.
Because you're still human.
Because you're right.
You're still living life. They ain't saying anything different just because they ain't using the same tone or they
Right.
ain't using the same beat. They still passing a message.
Right.
Doesn't change. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could dig the message, but I just don't. I don't feel it. All right, cool. That's you're human, so you have your choice. But these fucking artists, it doesn't matter what you say. Numbers do not lie. Shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. Shout out to Cardi. Shout out to J. Cole. And shout out to Kendrick, because those 5 artists that I just mentioned they did their thing. They're doing their thing in 2018. Kendrick Lamar being the head, controlling the whole soundtrack of Black Panther. For him to do that at his age, and the time that he's been in the game, it's powerful. Like, you don't gotta like Kendrick, but
Right.
he stating that it can be done.
Exactly.
Setting examples, it can be done.
It's a trend of what's going on too as well.
Shout out to Khloe Kardashian for her man cheating and all that. Shout out to you, Khloe.
Yeah, that motherfucker gonna be the reason why the Cavs get kicked out in the first round. Yo, fucking old fuck boy.
Shout out to Khloe for
They got caught up. You see how he
sticking by
got
him,
caught
but
up,
not
though?
sticking by him, but sticking
Yeah.
by him. I don't know what the fuck she doing.
They don't live in the same house, but you know what I'm saying. I'm still the baby daddy, but I don't get in the game, so I can't play. But
Right.
I'm here though.
But I'm
But I'm
fucking
in
a
the hotel
Kardashian.
though.
Right.
I don't
That just confused the fuck out of me.
exactly. That's what the shit don't make no goddamn sense.
Right.
The way the game is set up nowadays, when it comes to these motherfuckers, they got so much money that it's scary. Like it's scary what they do with
For the
their
Kardashians
time.
or just
No, just in general, people like and you see the way he got caught up. He got caught up in the most traditional fucking way ever. Like.
not
And this is not
care in
me
the world.
condoning. I'm not condoning cheating. I'm never going to condone cheating. I've been there, done that. I lived that life. I don't live that life anymore. But I will say this. This motherfucker had to have cast away all of his friends. I will say this. Let me tell you why. If you, as a man, are going to be cheating on your girl, why in the fuck would you walk in the hotel with the girl at the same damn time? Why?
Right.
Where's your friends that told you or could have said to you, hey, yo,
Wingman.
I'll walk her in. I'll walk her
Wingman.
in, you come in like 5 minutes later. You know what I'm saying? Put her in the Uber, fucking send her to the hotel.
Boss up.
Well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas got millions of dollars and they don't even fucking use it for the right things. If you're going to be living that life right there, and you got eyes on you like Eagle Eye, why the fuck are you just out there like that? Like, I don't get it. When you walk in the club, all eyes is on you. The cameras are on you. Everything is on you. How the fuck are you in there with 3 girls? On camera.
3 fucking
Kissing
girls.
and doing
though.
all sorts. They rubbing your chest and all on your
Motherfucker
legs
think
and
they
shit.
Superman.
Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, you...
And the fact that the hotel, the clubs, be having the camera right on this
On
nigga.
him.
Right, that shit was
the
dead
shit was
close.
dead on him. You cannot deny that was you. You can't deny it.
Even though he had a one serious ass fucking zoom.
No.
That shit was dead
No.
on that.
No.
No.
Hell no. No.
I think he even looked at the camera at least like 3 or 4 times.
No. Like, he didn't look at the camera because he thought that he wasn't being seen. He thought he was being sneaky. That's why TMZ got his
Yo had
ass.
the
You
big
can't
ass.
be in California, LA, anywhere and
He was
think
in New York and fucking California
You-
fucking,
right.
and got caught in both places. How the fuck do you do that in the
Dumbo.
same day? Nigga,
well,
man.
something's coming out from the Kardashians or something. They
They all the way
either
fucked
something
up.
because this is like a repeat of everything.
Yeah, every time. The only person that's still good in their family is Kanye.
Somebody learning a
They
lesson.
done fucked him up. You see him right now, but he about to drop that CD though, so I'm be waiting for that. You know, I'm a pre-Kanye fan. I don't know about this post shit that
pre-Kanye
he
fan.
got going on, but you know, I'm still his
Right, before the
creativity-
baby.
Right.
His creativity is unmatched to me in this generation.
Before the baby.
You know what I'm saying? I like pre-Kanye, before all the bullshit. So
Well, let's jump into another track.
yeah,
Let's get this music pumping.
yeah. got
This
the
track is
adrenaline
called
going.
Dozen by the girl Trey Miller. Y'all go follow her on Instagram by
Yeah.
following us on Instagram.
Hey.
No Sugar Radio.
I give
Y'all locked
these
in.
Plugs.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, turn it
About to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. Yeah, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. 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 Funny how the same niggas that I used to help get a little something, now they all about they self, but got my flow tight, got my dough right. I ain't worried about no hater cause they out of sight. Out of mind, I'm doing mine, I'm doing fine. I never needed y'all. I was on my grind, they was on my coattails trying to hit your ride. They want the benefits without the 9 to 5. Y'all was playing in the streets, I was murdering these beats. You was sitting on the bench, I was tying up my cleats. Could've been a squad, man, we could've been elite. But the grind is something that you just can't cheat. They smile in your face, wanna take your place, pray for your defeat. Lies, deceit, I don't keep tabs, man, I don't keep receipts. But you'll pay one day and it won't be cheap. Who, me? Nah, I won't lose no sleep. Smile on my face every time that we meet. Lost a few niggas, now I'm feeling so complete. That old thing is dead, I'ma let it rest in peace. Do me a favor, don't do me no favors. Used to be my mans, now you a hater. I get it by the dozen, call me the baker. Now I'm pushing drops, no tops, different flavors got. About to cook it up, I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. Yeah, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up, I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. 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 Winning over here, you a loser. All my niggas getting moolah. Couldn't measure up with a ruler. Killing the scene, Freddy Cougar. Smoking that strong Lex Luthor. Your girl rubbing on me like a Buddha. Traelo de vuelta chula. I got a bad chick from Cuba. Every time I touch down, it goes up. You the type to come through, get no love. To get to my level, need a ladder, bitch. Trey Miller so far from your average. I'm on my job, they can't manage it. I'm way up, you know the rest of it. Dozens on dozens, I got that new recipe. Stuck to the formula, guessed it was chemistry. Can I keep it real, keep it trill? 100 a bill, no Clinton. Fuck your feelings, your thoughts, your opinions. Niggas loose at the mouth sounding like minions. Yapping and flapping won't make you no millions. Look what I'm building, strong and resilient. Stuck to the mission, stay true to my vision. Look at me now, money stacked to the ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. Yeah, about to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. Yeah, I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. I get it by the dozen. About to cook it up. I'm about to cook it up. Reheat the oven. When it comes to the money, I get it by the dozen. 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 Yeah, by the dozen. comes to the money.
Turn it.
You gotta break up.
Hard shoulder. Fucking Uzi Vert shoulder. Fucking
What's up, y'all? Y'all back?
hard ass shoulder. That shit was hard.
Oh shit!
That shit
Oh
was
my
so
god,
hard.
yo,
Yo.
that was a track by Trey.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all back? No Sugar Radio. We back in the building. That was Dozen by the girl Trey Miller.
Y'all gotta
Go
forgive me.
follow her on Instagram by following us on Instagram. We out here getting crazy in the studio. If y'all could, yo, that's why it's important to tune in on the live feed, because y'all gotta,
Y'all
see
the
what
shit Tobby doing.
y'all gotta see what goes down in the studio.
In the stew. In the fucking stew.
That shit came out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Yo, no lie. When these artists send in the tracks, we got classics and bangers
Right.
from a lot of artists, and we do bump to them in on our personal time. So don't think that when we singing this shit, we ain't got no lyrics in front of us that we know the words.
I'm gonna be honest.
We-
This is the only shit I play in my car. Like I listen to like my local radio show in the morning. After
Yeah.
that, it's all the shit we play on the radio.
Right, because it's good music. Like,
Right.
It's just good music.
yeah,
And we
like
support it. We support the people that support us.
Shit
Who the fuck
dope.
are we to not? You know what I'm saying? It's better than some of this fucking mainstream music that they
Man,
got out
the
no
now.
only
lie.
difference between these artists and the mainstream artists is these artists not mainstream yet. Notice
Yeah.
I said yet.
Ooh,
right.
shit.
So
But-
wake up.
Wake up, right? Fucking wake up, America. This is fucking 2018, and you can do whatever the motherfuck you want.
Whatever the motherfuck you
For
want.
example, we talked about fucking Kendrick Lamar winning this Pulitzer Prize. Like,
Mhm.
we gotta realize. let's talk about how
Where they do that at?
significant this shit is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Some next level shit.
It's scary because, you know, you think about Martin Luther King, you think
Mhm.
about Malcolm X, you think about all of these big names.
Mm-hmm.
What do they all share in common? They all pushed a message, and they were all political in nature. You know what I'm saying? They all stood out in front, and that was their job. They didn't
Right.
have another job, right? So this man is a rapper, a conscious rapper, very, very conscious, very, very upfront with his message. He doesn't hide his message. He puts it out there, and he takes the flack for it, but he's still successful. So, the first rapper to win this shit ever, since this shit expanded to other genres and other types of possible wins for it since 1943. The first rapper to do it, and he's black.
Ooh, somebody mad.
Fuck, like
It's a big. That's
that's
a.
big.
Right.
That's big. Not only for him. I like to like look past the person.
Mm-hmm.
That's big for his family. Like, you know what I'm saying? His kids, you know, or I don't know
Right.
if he has kids, but his kids and his wife and those people get to fucking know that, or his mom gets to know that her son made a difference.
Right,
You
and
know what I'm
that's
saying?
something that's probably never part of his plan either. And for him to reach that, it's like
No,
what?
it never is. It's never part of the plan because the plan is really simple.
He
That's
probably
the
never knew what
thing.
that thing was.
It's so simple for them to just do what they do when they're living in their moment and they're putting out great things for themselves, things that they believe is important to them.
Especially coming from Compton.
Coming
What?
from Compton, let's talk about Compton.
Yeah.
Ty, let them know about what's
Like-
going on.
Compton is a rough area to grow up in, period. And for him to actually come out of Compton and come out of there with a positive, not come out of there because he went to jail. He didn't relocate and go to jail. He came out of Compton and actually did something for himself, you
Right.
know, and became one of the iconic rap artists in the game. And then for him to team up with bigger artists like, you know, Beyonce, for them to allow him to come on their platform and destroy their platform in a good way,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sets a statement. And he won that prize from the Damn album. So that goes to show you that, no, he didn't win from the first album. No, he didn't win from, you know, whatever mixtape. He won from an album that came out and he like he said it. He really said a statement with that damn album. Like, I don't know if anybody listened to it, but if you haven't listened to it, go purchase his damn album because it shows Kendrick's creativity. That damn album set a segue for Black Panther. Because if it wasn't for the damn album, I don't think that he would have been allowed to do the soundtrack for Black Panther.
Probably
that album like showed his creativity, showed how he can work with others, and also still hit the mainstream. Like, he hit all generations with that album. And some artists don't want to touch the youth and the new music, like the new stuff. He was able to mix the new music with what he likes.
Right.
He didn't go so much. He didn't hit the trap crazy, but you can tell he kind of mixed it in with what it is that he does in his direction when it comes to music. You know, so
he kung fu that shit.
Right.
Kung Fu
As
Kenny.
he should. He took what he feel is music, switched it up, and gave the public what they wanted. And I commend him for it. I think he does deserve it. There was a lot of there's a lot of talk saying that, why did Kendrick get it before anybody else? And
Why not?
yeah, why not Kendrick?
Just like you would have to argue why he should, you're going to have to also argue why he shouldn't. What
Right.
else anybody else doing? You know what I'm saying?
People never ask
That's
dumb
on
question.
that level. And commands and demands that type of respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Who else is doing it? And the answer is no one. No one. It's
Right.
to the tune that the motherfucker, like, they put the message out there and they said that him winning it was unanimous. There was nobody else. Like, anything that anybody else had did, it didn't compare to what he was doing and to what that album meant to society. You know, what it meant to the community, to our community, what it meant to Compton. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not one of those people that don't give back to where he's from.
True role model.
You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't deny it. He doesn't deny that he's a role model. And that's where a lot of artists, I think they get it twisted. Even though you don't want to accept that designation, that's what the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? People will idolize and model themselves around you regardless. And you hear a lot of people say that. I'm not a fucking role model. I don't know why you would model yourself around me. It's because that's what the world allows. That's what the world pushes. And it's sad to see our community of everybody else, put in the light to where the only role models that come from us are gangsters and hoodlums and motherfucking baby mamas and strippers and rappers and NBA stars because we can't make it nowhere else. No, this motherfucker just won a Pulitzer Prize.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Coming from those same streets and those same role models that they've been trying to push on us since the fucking 80s. So shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to the whole TDE family. You know what I'm saying? For putting him in position to make change and putting artists that came along with him in position too, because all of the artists that participated in the fucking the Black Panther album, they on the rise. Like, you pull them with you, like, and they are all on his label. Those are all artists on his label, with the exception of 2 Chainz.
All artists on the Good Kid label. What is it? The Good Kid Mad City label.
Shit is
Good
crazy.
Kid, yeah. So shout out to them. Also, he did work in Get Out. That was another big movie. So
Yeah.
Artists that move that goes in different lanes as far as music, and then they go into the music, the movie industry. That's a big leap because remember, black people wasn't even allowed to be, in the movie industry, like for main headline roles or soundtracks, or like it was hard to get a slot to do anything in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So it's big. It's a big thing. The features, the not a lot of people could be featured on a lot of these big names, these big artists. Like, not so. Just understand that if you featured with people like like Jay and that Lemonade album, Beyonce brought him on that, and come on, like that was iconic. First off, Lemonade that was iconic. Period, and it's still selling. So shout out to Kendrick, man. Shout out to Kendrick and that the Moonlight, the Get Out, Black Panther, the Lemonade, the Black Lives Matter, what he did with that movement. So he did a lot. So just do your research before you just start, bashing Even if you're not a fan, just do your research because he did do a lot, within his community, within Compton, and on the Hollywood scene as well. So, shout out to Kendrick, for real. You do deserve it, and he's still doing big things too. He's still doing more big things. So, I just look forward. He's knocking down doors
Stop the man.
with or without anyone's approval. Kendrick is still gonna keep making music, and he's a very humble dude, and I think that's what's well respected. Him coming from where he came from, and still doing the things that he's doing. He's still remaining humble, still trying to bring people up, like King was saying, still trying to bring people up with. Like he's not just creating the ladder and then taking it up. Right after he's done. The nigga's creating the ladder, he's bringing everybody with him. Those who are willing to grind and work hard with him, he's willing to do that. So, that's pretty dope. You don't find too many leaders like that. I mean, there's bosses, but there's not a lot of leaders. So he's one of the leaders that's really doing the damn
Say
thing.
that shit again for the people in the back. Yeah, ain't nobody caught that shit.
Because it flew over your head. There's a lot of bosses, but there's not a lot of leaders. And Kendrick is one of the leaders. So, it takes nothing to be a boss, but it takes a lot to be a leader, and he's putting it out there by him, like King was saying, and bringing everybody on his label and putting them on that Black Panther. And I'm pretty sure he had to sit down with them. Pretty sure he said, y'all niggas better come hard. Like, there's going to be people fucking listening to this shit. Y'all better come hard. And he's been doing his thing. Everybody, came hard on that soundtrack. And it's still selling.
Yeah, the movie's still cracking doors. The movie literally is still selling. The movie is so fucking good. Like, I done seen it fucking 2-3 times already. You know what I'm saying? And I still, like, you get goosebumps. Like, watching that movie is kind of, it's nerve-wracking because to see so many black people in the same movie. There was, like, maybe 3 people, 3 at most, that was outside of the racial profile.
Right.
3. Everybody else in that movie was black.
On camera?
On camera. Yeah. That shit was like, oh.
We need more artists like that. We need more underground artists, indie artists that want, like, there's a lot of artists that are making these YouTube series and doing all that. Continue to keep doing it. To keep doing it, because you don't know who hands it would jump right into, like, or who lap is gonna, just come right on, like, oh snap. Well, I like this YouTube series, I want to pick it up. So just keep pushing. There's like, the dudes from Vanderveer with the
Flatbush. Because I know there's a Flatbush group that just dropped a CD recently, and I was listening to it, and it's pretty dope. Because I mean, knowing where we come from, it's dope to even see when you see people on iTunes. Not only are they on iTunes, but they're on iTunes under new music with all of the other mainstream artists. Like when they drop an album, you know what I'm saying? That what the fuck are you doing out there? Like, and it just makes you think, like, people like us coming from there, you got to be doing a lot. First of all, you had to have left there. Because you're not making it if you stay there. You're not going to make it. Like, you're not going to make it out of Flatbush. Look at me. You're not going to make it out of Flatbush if you choose to stay there. You're not going to do whatever the fuck you think you're about to do. It's not happening because Flatbush has this way of keeping people pent the fuck down.
And that's any hood. That's any hood. Shout out to Backpack as well. He's another artist, another indie artist that is, paving the way for a lot of people in South Carolina, in these small cities, and you can't like you just can't stay in the hood and try to do big things, because that comes with a lot jealousy, people trying to take you down, so it's not that you being a sellout, and I hate when people say that. What? You're a fucking sellout because you left the hood. Oh, you don't fuck, you took the white man's side. It ain't the white man's side. It ain't nobody motherfucking side. It's the side that I choose to go on because I want to continue to be successful. And it sucks that you can't remain successful and stay where you were born and raised, because there's jealousy, there's envy, and all these other things that come to play with it, and you start getting all this type of family that you never ever had before. You can't concentrate like that. So people need to understand that when you get to a certain point in your life and people are investing in you, they don't want their prized possession or their money, because you're looked at now as an investment. You're your product. So there might be people that, you know, I would invest in you, but I can't invest in you with you being here because now that's a liability.
Exactly.
So what you're probably gonna have to do, we'll put you in a condo in California somewhere, or in the fucking in Hollywood somewhere, just to keep you safe. Because if I'm gonna invest in $1 million to you, I want my product to be safe. I want you to continue to create music, good music at that. And I need you to be focused. You can't be focused in the hood when there's gunshots and there's this and there's that and there's jealousy, envy, and everybody's playing a gimme person. You know, I need this. Can I have? So, you know, I need everybody to understand that part.
And it's also about putting them in a position to where as though they're going to thrive. Not just getting them out the hood. Okay, let's say, okay, if you got like decent places in like Baltimore or New York, whatever,
right?
But yet they want you in California. It's not because where you're at isn't decent. It's where you're going to thrive at.
Right.
And that's another thing people don't see. They don't see or understand when it comes to like these artists going into like these industry positions, or you know, signing these contracts and these deals. You know, it's like in a sense when somebody goes to the service, they can't do their duties at home.
Right.
They got to go wherever they got to go at to get the job done.
And the biggest thing is
you consider the sellout.
the biggest thing with that too is these motherfuckers got statistics. Like I cannot argue with somebody who cannot provide me the facts, right? So if somebody tells me that they're investing in me, 9 times out of 10, if they're official, they know why they're investing in me because they did their homework. That's one.
Well, they better have.
2, once they invest in me, they know where to send me because they did their homework where they're sending me. Or they've already set up shop and they're running shit where they are. So I'm not going to argue with somebody who wants me to stay somewhere that's not helping me when I know Buddy X, Y, and Z is telling me to go to California because they've created an outlet for which they want what I got, my talent, my product, my service. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to listen to you who can't even get up in the morning to go fucking work a 9 to 5. It makes no sense. It does not make any sense. There's no fucking like reason why I should listen to you outside of experience, which I don't have to listen to you with that either because I can see it. I don't need to listen to what you got to say. I see that you're not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know, I see comments here. Shout out to my boy Robbie. He was in the service as well. And he said sometimes there's no opportunity where you're brought up at. So you got to just chase it depending on what you're trying to do. You got to chase it. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's a fact. If it's not where you are, you got to go to where it is.
That's true.
So, you know, that being said, Todd, what else you got over there? Because you menacing right now. I don't know if you...
I'm looking at the comments.
Yeah, I don't know what you got going on over there.
I'm looking at all these comments and shit. And I'm
what
just...
What they talking about?
I'm just...
Bring us up to speed.
Just reading all the love, everybody. Oh, you know,
love.
love. You know, it's the love. So, you know... Don't think we're not reading the comments either.
Yeah,
you know, don't think we're not reading.
We are working.
Yeah,
we're working while we're working.
Always fucking working. That's always the key.
It's a good and a bad thing at the same time.
It's never a bad thing. I don't want to hear.
Well, you know, one of the things that I wanted to touch on was when we posted a thing about Candace Parker. We're gonna touch on that a little bit, and then we gonna go. Yeah, because I think people think that we're being biased to the whole situation when it comes to females paying alimony. No, it's not. It's not about being biased. It's about seeing that it can happen to both sides. First off, for one,
right?
You know, nobody is you can be a famous female like Oprah Winfrey and take an average Joe out the projects and make him live the lavish life. And then if you decide to drop him, I do feel like average Joe should get alimony for that. Like I do feel like he should because you brought him out of his comfort zone of being a broke nigga to now being a rich nigga. So I'm not biased to the fact that Candace Parker has to pay her husband $400,000 in alimony. I'm not biased to that because
wasn't that shit like a month or some shit like that, or it was like $40,000 a month?
Yeah,
or some shit like that?
That was the set price for the whole thing. She went for and she rather paid him out in the lump sum versus the monthly thing that you have to do, and that required they
split the house.
They split everything. They came to an agreement and they split everything. I forgot who her husband name
Her
was.
husband is Sheldon. Her ex-husband rather is Sheldon Williams. He used to be in the NBA, but he never really got any significant minutes. Yeah, he was from Duke. He got drafted like 6th back in the day. Yeah, I do my homework. I be knowing, but yeah, he was a big head dude. Like, and they had a beautiful baby and everything like that. So I mean, she was locked in essentially. He plugged her up,
Right.
and then she cut him off because he wasn't really cutting it. And now you gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? It would have been the same way, other way around.
Right. And I mean, I feel like if that's something that if you had a lot of success as a unit when we were married together, and by law, if we are divorced, a lot of that stuff is half and half. We have to split. Then we should come to an agreement as adults
Outside of the court, because you don't need the court
right,
to tell you
outside
that.
of the courts, but of
Right.
course they had to have courts involved because they do have other people that's backing them up and protect their possessions. She has endorsements. He has other stuff that he's doing in the community that he has tied to him, so they didn't want to risk that. So they came to an agreement. You know, they got the kid was the first priority to make sure that custody was
Joint.
It was the joint custody for the both parents. They got that out the way, which I respect, because there's not a lot of parents that can sit down and sit there and say, let's do this joint custody. I take the kid, 6 months of the year, you take the kids, or however, they
Right.
worked it out. But he has joint custody, and he made it a big thing to make sure that was something that was handled correctly first. And I commend him for that. She, as well as her, but I commend him for that, because a lot of fathers, they might get upset. You don't want to be with me, and then
The baby with him most of the time anyway, more than likely, because she plays in
'Cause
the
she's-
WNBA.
right.
And she plays overseas, got all
Right.
that shit.
Right.
He a stay-at-home dad, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, because I don't see him playing
I
ball
don't see
anywhere
him.
else.
I don't see
So,
him
you know
doing
what I'm saying?
anything with anything. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he needs the money. Maybe and I'm pretty sure she still loves him. So it didn't make it didn't.
It wasn't hard.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to make that decision, because that's still the father of her kid. So I just respect the fact that they ironed out all of the stuff that she got during the marriage. Like, they ironed out the houses, the cars, and everything that wasn't, they didn't need any extra cars, because you're only two people. You can't drive 7 cars at the same time.
Right.
So the good thing is they ironed out everything for the sake of the kid, the sake of their finances, and they made sure that the daughter has her own
Shit. Yeah.
her own shit as well. So it ain't about being biased. Oh, why guys can't do the same thing? And then there was a whole bunch of comments on our Instagram in regards to it, and it wasn't that we were being biased to the fact that she had to pay money and not him, because it's always on the average it's the guy paying money to the woman. On this, same
This
thing with Mary
particular
J.
instance, yeah, Mary had to pay because it's the person who makes
Right.
the bigger income, and the way
It
that
sucks.
it
It
does
sucks
suck.
because if I make the bigger income, it shouldn't be based off my income. Like, but that's the law is the law. We can't get
Right.
around that. You are the breadwinner. If you decide to be the breadwinner of any relationship, whether you male or female, the courts are going to look at the person who has the most money, and the courts are going to say, okay, you got 7 houses during your marriage. Legally, those 7 houses are the both of y'all's, and that's
Right.
just what it is. It sucks, but that's just what it is.
Unless you did your shit while you
Right?
the way you were supposed to during that time frame, because you know what I'm
Supposed to,
saying. A lot of people don't be knowing how to protect their assets.
Don't be knowing.
And it's bad when you don't know some shit, and then you get hit with the okie doke like this, because that's the okie doke. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like you've been with him for years, and you didn't think to, you know what I'm saying, protect yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying. So I don't even feel bad for her. Like, just
Yeah.
like Mary J. Blige, I don't feel bad for her. Like, I don't like the fact that it happened at a bad time for her in her career. She's on the tail end of her career at that. Candace Parker is still playing. She's still like one of the most
Right.
dominant players in the WNBA.
And they said that she didn't mind. She didn't mind. She wanted to get this done, because at the end of the day, it's about
gonna
the
hurt her.
It's about the couple's happiness.
Right.
You can't be a great superstar, period, in whatever industry, and be going through shit like this. You got to clear your mind. You got to clear your mental state. And if this is something that's holding you back in regards to getting
prepared for the season,
like
and all that
she
stuff.
got the season is coming up. You know, the Olympics. There's things that she needs to get in line, and I'm pretty sure her team told her this is something that you have to do. You have to take care of. You have to take care of this because
it's going to affect the team.
Right.
And, like, nobody wants to be you come in and you all fucking sad and fucked up because
you missing meetings.
You know what I'm saying? You tired. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Like, especially because she's on a team that dominates in the, you know, you're on one of the top 5 teams in the WNBA. Nobody want to hear that shit.
Right.
Like, you are a key component. You
and
are
it
the
affects
franchise
you
player.
on and off the court. It affects you. Her daughter's 8 years old, and it's gonna affect the daughter. So
she's got a voice and an opinion, and it matters. It, you know, once they get to that age, it matters, and you need to fucking do what you got to do, even if she didn't like it, even if she wasn't in agreement with everything, because there's that other mind you have to take into account now. You don't have that option to say, well, fuck you, we're gonna drag this shit out. You don't have that option because now you're doing all of this vice the child, and it's all gonna fucking play out wrong in the long run. So, you know, adults coming together and doing what they're supposed to do is always a great thing.
Right, and just remember that your kid, everything that's online, your kid can get access to when they grow up. So
Especially now.
You're right.
Keep it clean.
So, you know, the fact that she did this the proper way, the fact that they both did it, because it's not just her, the fact that they both did it the way that it should be done. And it sucks that everything has to be publicized. That I don't like that shit either. Like, just because she's a star, everything has to be out there. But because TMZ, everybody knows when TMZ get a hold of your dirt and your laundry, they're going to fucking show everybody. So, you know, this is what you get when you become an athlete and you take on that role of a business owner and an entrepreneur. This is the thing that you got to take into consideration. You are no longer private person. You are no longer a nobody.
You're a public figure.
You a public figure, and your business will be out there. So
and your shit will be verified.
Right. So
every time.
For all the indie artists that are looking to be famous, please take into consideration that, you know, if you cheating now,
you're gonna get cheated later.
Once you cheated, always cheated.
You will get caught because somebody have something out there, or if you a scammer now and you make it to the big leagues, just understand somebody's gonna
they're gonna tax that ass.
If you don't like nosy people, stay your ass out the industry.
I think that's what scares me. Like when I see people like Charlemagne and he's doing radio, and first Charlemagne was just Charlemagne. Like that was it. And then when everything started to hit the fan, he started to get this MTV contracts and all these endorsements started to come his way, and he dropped the book. He became a public figure now, and now he can't be just the laughing stock. Like he can't go back. He can't get a refund. Like you're done. Like you can't get a refund.
Anyhow, you say something wrong when Monique took his head off in there.
Right.
You got to wear that because now you don't
bleach
have
your skin. Now everybody knows.
You fucking Movado, like you Bob's Cartel. Bob's Cartel. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just fucking everybody see you. You built up the story, and
you
everybody
was black and greasy.
Yeah.
Now you all white and
nasty.
ashy.
He was just black and nasty looking, just wet. Just it was.
That's a big fear of mine. It's like and only because everybody got their crazy ass family. You know, it ain't just you that's gonna go in the limelight. Your
whole family, Mama
family.
Duke, you know, fucking your brothers in them, fucking Pookie and them that be in the hood that you roll
Everybody is a suspect. Everybody getting cases.
TMZ's putting cases on all you bitches.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, and I guess that's why there's some people that don't really. They don't want no friends. They just want to, you know.
They try to mask their family. Like, they really dead ass, like, put $50,000 down, do, like, identity theft and all that shit. Change your name because we not going to, we found out his mom's name was somebody. Now, I don't know who that is. I don't got a mother. Like, what?
That's crazy. They dig right into your whole life. And that's you know, to each, you know, I mean.
Safe.
No, nobody's safe. So you think they going into your whole
They do a background check for real. Like they be knowing your finances.
And that's
they be
the
knowing how you
crazy
fucking.
part. People don't think about that when they go mainstream. They think, oh, I'm gonna have all these fans. People gonna love me. Blah blah blah.
You see what they did to 6ix9ine?
They be following your ass.
6ix9ine, they pulled his pictures out from when he was in elementary school and shit.
In real
Like
life.
this nigga not about that life. Look at him. Like who the fuck is this? Like you know what I'm saying? So like it's scary.
Life Twitter.
It's scary, man. Like if you was a church boy back in the day, there's nothing wrong with being a church boy. Just don't deny that you was a church boy back in the
You
day.
out here got guns and shit.
You
Now you trying to front.
Yeah, your mother. It wasn't hard. Your mother was feeding you. She had a job. You know what I'm saying? Don't say that schools was talking bad about you. You was in there and you was in detention because you was in there doing some stupid shit. Like, don't be lying about what because the TMZ gonna find out.
Lying on
Just
the
be
teacher.
lying. You the mother. You the type of motherfucker
They
that
got
had
them
the wet
federal
hair and the
investigators.
split down the middle. You know where they brush it on both sides and you got the fucking alfalfa split down the middle with the fucking. You the motherfuckers. Don't be acting like you wasn't about that life. You was. That was it. And it's
That was
okay.
you.
That
Oh,
was
shit.
you. You was in the graduation book in 2002. They
Oh,
caught
shit.
you.
That was you. I was right next to you. That was you.
It
That
was
was
a
you.
private school. Your name is Clarence. Fuck out of here. Like,
Yo.
Oh shit.
Nah, you know how I just saw the high school picture of Eminem,
you see that shit?
and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, yo,
Yo, shout out to Eminem. No, he 10 years sober.
yes,
10 years sober. Yeah, dope. That shit is dope.
that is
10
dope
years sober.
as
He got his
shit.
coin, everything. You know what I'm saying? That shit is dope.
Did they give you a coin? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
because every time you hit a marker,
Mm-hmm.
like when you're going through AA, so as you hit milestones,
Mm-hmm.
you get recognized for hitting, so 6 months, 1 year. You get a milestone
Okay.
just to recognize you
Oh,
and to
okay,
big you
yeah.
up.
I didn't
So
know
he
that.
hit 10 years.
I
You know what I'm
thought you meant like the record label. I'm like, they
No.
give you that shit?
He hit a milestone from AA. Like he hit his
Man, shit,
milestone.
record labels.
Yeah,
give
that shit is
me-
dope. 10 years sober,
shit,
man.
Here go coin. Bing.
10 years sober. Some of his best music came in these last 10 years. Sober mind, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't see him going through all the stresses with the daughter and the mom and all that stuff.
But
Him-
you know, some people put out good music when they high as shit. Man, because when
It
he,
depends on the
yo,
high, though.
nah, Eminem was a nutcase.
No,
but his
see,
music,
there's a difference. I said sober. I didn't say fucking he wasn't high. He wasn't drinking, isn't it? Like,
that nigga was doing all types of shit.
Buzz and Gus, shout out to you. Almost 8 years on May 3rd. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Shit. Yeah. Cheyenne, almost 8 years. That's what I'm talking about.
Now,
Uh-oh.
Cheyenne, is
Uh-oh,
that?
shit.
Is,
Nope.
you know, I'm about to ask
Don't
this
put the light
question.
on everything.
Nope.
Now, when it's sober, does that mean just like? No, you know what? Let me not even. Let me not even.
Hold on. Does
Nope.
No, when you say
yeah.
sober, that's
sober?
alcohol.
I think it's just alcohol. If you
alcohol.
clean,
I
it's-
know that means alcohol, but I'm
Right.
saying like, do you not drink no type of like no champagne wine, no
Nah,
nothing, no.
nah.
So you just apple cider. That's it. You just fucking running around looking fake on New Year's with your apple cider with the bubbly shit. Ain't got shit in here.
With the fake.
popping the bubbly.
Shout out to Shy. I really respect that though. I really respect that. You know, I respect that whole sober movement for real, because this world is getting fucked up, and you need something to get you out of the fucked upness. This world is a fucked up place
Right.
to live in.
You
Like
see the apple crown in my house? That shit is real.
It's-
Shit be
it's-
happening.
sometimes you just need to just like to sit down and have one glass of wine or whatever your
Don't
preference
overdo
is.
it.
Whatever you
Right.
just to 'cause
all in moderation.
this shit is just this world is just crazy. This world will have you fucking going crazy.
Right.
We gonna jump into this next topic. We gonna show you how real you could get slapped for some shit. This,
But wait though, no, because you almost killed Crash. Well, let's play a song first.
that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
We gonna go to sleep. When we come back,
Oh, shit. You
when we
almost
come
died.
back from this break, we gonna show you how real this world is because it's getting.
It's getting nasty out here, yo.
What
This
Crash
is-
said
that
is what
Shit getting ugly, B. Like,
you know what? It's getting real ugly. We gonna drop this. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is No Sugar Radio. Stay tuned though, cause we got some shit after this music, man.
What's up? It's Wiz, y'all, CEO of New Language. Whenever I'm in Baltimore, I'm tuned in to No Sugar Radio.
Let's go. We turned up in the spot. They like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air. Yeah, yeah. It's loud up in here. They like, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here. We like, yeah, yeah. It's turned up in the spot. We like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air. Yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here. They like, yeah, yeah. The whole crowd up in here. They like, yeah, yeah. Take full control of the situation. Got the spot jumping like initiation. Lil' mama got a body and she hot as Satan. I'll be damned if I play the line, no time for waiting. Cousin keeps spilling lean on me like I'm Joe Clark. I hit the scene, I bet they know me like they know starts. Henny sipping for the most part. 30 on me, case niggas doing the most start. Calm down, homie, enjoy life. Cause life is a party you can't enjoy twice. She dancing on me, got me thinking about taking her home. Shorty a dog, she tryna bone. Well, she barking up the right tree. In them jeans like genuine where I might be. This liquor got me turning up a lot. I told the DJ turn my music up a lot. We turned up in the spot, they like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It's loud up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, we like, yeah, yeah. It's turned up in the spot, we like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. The whole crowd up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. We turned up in the spot, they like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It's loud up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, we like, yeah, yeah. It's turned up in the spot, we like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. The whole crowd up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. I'm a little Driz, I'm a little Smiz. Mommy like, ooh, she feeling the kid. Cool, baby, you tryna come follow me while I live. We can have a party at the crib, live than this. Bottle after bottle as I pull up. Vito got the loud hell Mel fitting the roll up. No invitation, they waited patient for me to show up. A nigga vippin', so I ain't trippin', this Henny hitting. Hope you can hold your liquor, cause I ain't the type to carry ya. Your husband blowing up your phone, he was the type to marry ya. Probably heard him flocking his bird, I had the Laria. Party after party, I'm lit. Catch me after party at the bar with my clip. I'm pulling the all-nighter, sparking my lighter, screaming more fire. Leaving out the spot on Ciroc tips. Shorty thick as peanut butter, beat it in the gist. We turned up in the spot, they like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It's loud up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, we like, yeah, yeah. It's turned up in the spot, we like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. The whole crowd up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. We turned up in the spot, they like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It's loud up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, we like, yeah, yeah. It's turned up in the spot, we like, yeah, yeah. It's loud in the air, yeah, yeah. It goes down up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. The whole crowd up in here, they like, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Spot. Yeah. Loud in
Man, if you don't know about that, you ain't tuning enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's loud in the air.
Shit.
going
This is
down
No
up
Sugar
in
Radio.
here.
We back. We are back. And
Hope y'all ready.
Yeah,
before we went to the track,
I'm a
So-
god.
yo, we almost had a medical emergency in here. I ain't even gonna hold you. This dude
Oh my
almost
God,
choked
fucking
on
water.
his water because the way we was about to drop this motherfucking topic.
yeah.
Yeah, shit's crazy. And just like Fly Todd was saying, like, this world getting ugly.
Shit disrespectful.
This shit getting ugly. Let me say it one more time. This shit getting ugly. Yo, when I say
Yeah, yeah.
it makes me ashamed to feel that I'm from New York and this shit is happening
Mm-hmm.
in New York. I ain't even gonna hold you. So I was
be like
reading
that.
the other day, right? And headline, tell you right now. So this dude in the Bronx, in the Bronx. He done bust this girl upside her head with a fucking can of Chef Boyardee. Bust her upside her head.
She wasn't hungry. She wasn't hungry.
All because old girl didn't want to talk to him. Let me say it again.
It's getting real.
The dude bust this girl upside her head with a fucking can that you buy out the supermarket of Chef Boyardee.
Bruh.
He gave her the fucking SpaghettiOs.
Bruh.
And fucking all because Shorty didn't want to talk to him.
And she really is a shorty.
She really is a shorty. She's 14 years old.
Yep, shorty.
None of this makes sense to me right now.
When I say that shit is crazy, like, are we as men, let me not say we, because I'm not even in that category. Is it really that desperate in the world to be wanting to get acknowledgement and attention from girls that are underage? Is it really a thing? Is that a thing? Ty, you know if that's a thing?
That's desperate.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's desperate, man. I just feel like no really means no. She don't want to talk to you, and she's 14 years old. How old is this dude?
Yo, the dude was like fucking 18, 19. Like fucking, he was in high school.
At the end of the day, learn how to take no. Just learn how to take it. Like, I mean, at the end of the she 14. First of all, she's 14, bro. What are you doing?
I feel like he bought that Chef Boyardee just to get her ass.
I know he maybe he didn't know her age. I don't know. Whatever the case
it wouldn't have mattered if he knew her age.
Still
No means no.
First off, did you just leave the grocery store? Because any nigga walking around with fucking Chef Boyardee cans in their pocket.
Fuck you, 3?
Just to fucking like, did you have a stroller with your kid? Because you know some parents pack little things, pop it open.
The pop
What the hell? Or did he run in the store and get the shit?
Yo, what I think it was. What I think it was.
I explain this because
what I think it was that dude was in the store. I think it was like in the morning and shit because they had it on camera. Dude,
you need to call him.
Dude was in the store trying to talk to her shit, and they showed where the shit went wrong. I don't know what was said, but dude bust her in the head with the fucking can. Like, bust her in the head. She got a concussion. She had to get 6 stitches in her head. What you doing hitting these girls with a fucking can for? You about to catch a charge all because somebody told you no?
You're taking Chef Boyardee down with you.
You fucking up the game, man.
You fucking up other brands too.
Yeah, like,
it ain't about you.
Fucking the whole game up. Like, what part of the game is that? So when we don't fucking get the answer that we want from these women, this ain't even a woman. This is a little girl. Like, this ain't even a woman. Like, this is a little girl. When we don't get an answer that we want, we just bust people upside the head now. That's a new thing.
It's not even like it was winter times. A snowball. You threw a snowball at her. You really threw.
I'm talking about you took a can. Like, you gotta think about the mechanics of this motherfucker. You took the can and you bust her in the head. You didn't throw it at her. You hit her in the head with the can. Like
you were that mad she said no. He must never had anybody say no to him. Or maybe he's just a serial busser. Like, he's just a serial busser. Watch out for this nigga. You say no to somebody, just make sure you have your helmet on.
Right. Make sure you got no cans in his hand. Nothing.
Ladies, these niggas are out here
2018,
busting.
They busting people in their head because you
just
told them no.
Just say yes and run.
And what he gonna say? Oh, I thought she was a can opener. Fuck is you doing, bro? What are you doing? Like, why the hell are you? What the fuck? Nah.
I thought she was a kid.
Yo, no, you know how funny that shit. And I know it's wrong, but if say you're walking down the street and you see a guy trying to talk to a girl and he's like, "Hey, man, what's up, dude?" Man,
I wouldn't even believe it.
Yo, hey, sexy lady, and then she stop or say whatever because you got to be arm distance to bust somebody in the head.
That's fucking my head up, yo.
Right, she had to be next to him.
I'm imagining this shit. Like,
she say no. You just standing there and you watching this whole thing, and he goes and takes a fucking can and go, bitch, wow. At that point, what as a civilian looking at this situation, do you laugh? Because that's you going. I don't give a fuck who you are.
My answer already clear.
Just how we saw this bust ass in the street yesterday. We driving. We saw this lady fall in the street out of nowhere. I don't know if a ghost came and pushed her ass.
No.
I don't know what happened. She just bust her ass in the street. I don't know if her legs gave out.
So she went face first?
Face first. She went down on her knees. She fell.
Then with the after effect is the man, her husband or whoever she was with, turned around with an aggressive face like he was going to do something to the street or whoever pushed her. There was nobody in sight. Nobody
was
is
looking
like he had to do something for his wife not to be embarrassed. She turned around. What the fuck?
Yo, she was rubbing her leg like I can't
What
walk.
the
My
fuck,
knee hurts.
Yo, so what do you do? Like, what do you do as somebody? I know, of course. Oh, you probably say like, yeah, that's not right. Why did you do that to her?
Yo.
And
So-
some people might call the cops. Some people might actually intervene and be a hero. And
I'm not trying to get hit in my fucking head with no can.
If he hit your ass with a can of Chef Boyardee, I'm probably gonna get hit with a can of green beans. So what the fuck I'm gonna do is ask you are you alright? But I know I'm gonna laugh because that's just
It's
me.
just the
Because
You
you can't
don't see
believe
that
some
shit,
shit like
right?
that
You
would
don't see-
happen. Like, how the fuck does a situation de-escalate? Like, you know what I'm saying?
She
How,
probably went down quick.
how does it
You
how does
know
it
how
happen?
the swing like if you
That shit was quick.
not
did
only
you
that,
just straight boom.
No, I'm thinking like if you got a grocery bag in his hand, he just dig in his bag.
No.
Why did you watch that? Like why did you if some you know
Do
you
you-
just said no, so keep it moving.
Do
No
you,
thank
like-
you, keep it moving.
Right.
Do you like lose brain cells when you watch some shit like that? It's like, yo, what the fuck did I just
I don't know.
watch? What was that? Like, are you
I don't know.
serious? Like, is
I'll
that
probably be like, yo, what did that shit really? I've seen I've seen girls get hit in the head with the aluminum trash can before.
that's different?
Right.
Nah, that's
That's
not
different.
different.
But
That's not different.
that-
but yeah, I've seen some shit like that before, but I ain't never seen.
I ain't never seen nobody
And-
get slapped get hit in the head with no damn.
Like I'm
With a
trying to just
can.
a picture. Like, did you come out the market just now? You seen that? Oh, what's up?
Yo,
Right,
no,
like,
bitch.
so how did that even happen? Did like
Was
why?
she in the-
If you said no, if you didn't want to talk to him, why did you stand there? Like, I mean,
that makes you think. Like back in the day, you know, go to Grady, we go to the corner store in the morning, and shit like that. Could you imagine like you going to get your bacon, egg, and cheese or your bagel with butter and shit, and you
Man,
with all them ratchet bitches back then?
Niggas gonna
Could
start
you
doing this
imagine
shit.
one of them getting busted in their head with a fucking can in the corner store? I couldn't
Yo.
see it because girls was fighting niggas back then. Like I
Right,
couldn't
like,
see it. You hit a girl
you
in the
watched
head,
the swing.
like
Like you stood there and said, "Okay,
you
it's
seen
coming."
the can.
I'm sorry, I just, you know,
Now I could picture somebody throwing it
That-
at
I
her,
can see
and then
that's
that hits
kids,
because
man.
that can kind of you're all right. You kept it moving, and he threw it, and it hit you. Boom.
nah. But then you gotta
But
dispel
he
that
just-
because she got a concussion
Yeah, so he had
and
to
6
bust you.
inches, 6 stitches. So
You
like,
took your baby food.
who the
and
fuck is he? Fucking Roger Clemens? Did he pitch that shit to her? Like
Yeah,
fucking
he
whole pitch
knocked
count?
her right the fuck out.
Yo.
But, you know, now he's gonna be dealing with whatever
Yeah,
he's
he gotta
dealing
catch
with.
them charges. He about to.
He gonna catch some charges though.
Hey,
Believe
you
that.
hit a
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
you gonna be catching them hands inside of the
Still ain't got no
motherfucking-
date.
Yeah, you it still ain't got no dick.
Right.
Or what you do that for, bruh? You know you fucked up, right? You know
That can you threw, you're not gonna get that in jail.
yeah,
Nah.
you're not gonna get that.
So you
You're gonna
shoulda
be on
ate
that
that.
ramen. You're gonna be on that
Gonna get
fucking
canned for busting my head with a
ramen
can.
tacos and shit like
You
that.
should have ate that. I mean,
That was probably your for
I don't respect anybody that do some dumb shit like that. Take the
Right.
rejection and keep it moving. Like, cause not everybody you talk to, like you were that mad. Like you had to know her something. Cause you that mad that a girl just said no or she
And
just
even
didn't
if
want to talk
even
to
if
you. Like,
even if it was that, like, you know what I'm saying, as a man, if a woman try to, you know, oh, you's a bum ass, you know, because you know women do shit like that. They be extra about
Mm-hmm.
rejecting people just because they around their friends and shit. You know, even with that, like, you gotta walk away from shit like that because I don't know what it is. Women know how to push men's buttons. They know what
Right,
to
that's a
say,
fact. That's a
and they
fact.
know what to do to get you to come out of character. I bet she just didn't think she was gonna be getting that can of fucking.
man, she probably just didn't say no.
She-
She probably said no, ugly ass nigga.
Yeah, it was probably like the 8-ball situation, 8-ball jacket dude. Except he wasn't right. He just did too much. That was
Right.
he put too much stank on it when he fucking, you know what I'm saying? he slapped the soul out of her. Like, but you know, we don't condone domestic violence
At all.
I will say this: we don't condone domestic violence, but I don't busting people in the head with cans.
That's child abuse right there.
She's
Ladies,
underage.
be aware. Be aware when you be
Say
aware
no
of
to-
the way you turn down people, because this world is the world is crazy.
shit
So
from a
you gotta you gotta be aware. Like somebody try to talk to you, it's okay to laugh it off and just let the dude talk. Or if you don't really want to be bothered with, don't even answer.
Just wear a helmet for now.
You don't have to, you don't have to allow somebody to take you out of character and
shit,
make you tell them something that you if the dude try to holler at you in the street or wherever, grocery store, or whatever, and it's sad you got to watch out in the grocery store. They banging people with cans of food. But at the end of the day, if you're going to say no to somebody, politely say it. I don't know how she said it. I don't know the background of the story or how she said it, or I don't know how she was in arm reach to get hit with no can, like really bopped with a can.
Knocked the fuck out.
And get stitches and all that. Because you had to be close to somebody to get hit with a can of
He got
food.
it right on the edge.
So, like, and why is you that mad that you hit somebody that hard?
Right.
That, man,
Nigga strong as shit.
whatever happens to him, it was well-deserved. Because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be hitting on a 14-year-old or anybody at that point because they said no to your hollering. Like, there's ways, men, there's ways, got boys, there's ways of trying to get a female's attention.
How about you do it the right way the first
Do
time?
it the right way. Like,
and there's so many other people out there. Like, okay, you missed one. Whoopee.
maybe that was the one. Maybe he felt.
She must be real bad.
Maybe he felt
At
that
14,
that was the
she's
one.
not real
At
bad.
14.
She's not real,
probably was.
she's not real bad. That's real bad
No,
for his
he-
fucking career.
Right. He shouldn't
Exactly.
even be looking at that.
He ain't
And
got
but
no career right now.
there's a lot of 14-year-olds that don't look like they're. I mean, you don't just know who's 14 when you hollering at them because you don't know. You don't know until you get a conversation. But if she didn't
Yeah,
want to
especially
give
when they
you
dress these
anything, why the hell are you going?
That man went to 0 to 1,000 quick.
Why are you that mad? You got anger problems. I hope they give him anger management. Because
Something.
you got anger problems. If somebody tell you no and you just out hitting people with cans of food, come on, there's other. You gotta hit her with a lettuce,
Gotta get it to
a
the
roll of
homeless person,
lettuce or
man.
something, a tomato or something.
Right.
You hit her with a
Bag of
fucking.
chips.
Speaking of food and shit, I want to make sure that y'all went out there and checked your fucking eggs, right? So they had this recall of eggs most recently, a couple days ago, that I've been tracking on and shit like that. And there was like a farm in North Carolina, and so what happened was there was a salmonella contamination.
Oh boy, back
Is it
to
like
that shit
a
again.
particular brand or?
No, it was just from the farm. So what you have to do is you have to check your eggs and check the plant farm number on them. So I'll send that over to.
So this is for the actual stamp farming.
the stamp. So
Right.
no, like the ones that. So you get eggs in the carton, right? And
Right.
the expiration date. So also where the expiration date is, there's this number. It's like a lot number, and that lot number it shows what farm it came from, the plant that it came from, and how it was distributed. And so
Right.
there's a plant farm number that you have to go look at to make sure your eggs weren't recalled. And that was on the news. Like it was like 20 million eggs or something like that. People were getting sick. They were catching salmonella and shit. So this was like on Thursday or Friday. I mean, no, like Thursday or Friday because I was in class and I heard about it. CDC was on the radio, it was on the news. So definitely check your eggs. We'll put that information out on the No Sugar Radio Facebook page and on the Instagram. So that way y'all can go check y'all eggs. Make sure you're not eating a bad batch of eggs for y'all get fucked up and be in the hospital and shitting your brains out and fucking. It's bad. Salmonella poisoning is not good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
probably
waiting for
got
the
that
vegan
shit,
people to
man.
respond.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm coughing and
Just
shit. I
put
probably
it-
got that
Nah,
shit.
that
Oh shit!
I'm blaming everything on this cough. I probably got that shit. I probably got that.
yeah. Just make sure y'all check y'all eggs over the weekend. If it is a part of that batch that was recalled, throw them out. And then when you go to the supermarket, make sure you check.
fucking box.
Make sure you check them and make sure that they're good to go. Like
Well, and and before you throw them out, because you don't want to just worry about yourself too.
Right.
So bring it to the supermarket you bought it from, because if you brought some, that means that other people got some. So
Exactly.
bring it to the supermarket and make sure that somebody, a manager or store owner or whatever the case is, make sure that they throw all of them eggs out as well, because you don't want to just worry about yourself and your household. If you know that you can help
Be a
someone
superhero.
else, you know,
9 times out of 10, those supermarkets already knew because that shit was
Which
on
is
the
fucked
news.
up.
Like that's their supply, that's their livelihood if they don't sell their shit. So
whoever's in charge of inventory knew,
Right.
because usually you don't really know that as a supermarket owner. You
Mm-hmm.
don't really know that the eggs are being recalled. You just order what's needed, and then when it comes in the store, they don't send you a blast. Like the
Right.
people that sold you it don't send you a blast. Hey, we just
Sorry.
got recalled. Sorry, go to your shelves and take them off. They will still continue to let you sell it because they want their money. So
And then the process, they're gonna fix the issue if they can.
right, if it helps, if you still got the bad batch of eggs, you want to take it to the store and say, hey, this was recalled on such and such a day. Da, da, da. Speak to an owner, not a fucking cashier, because they don't know.
Right.
Not you want to speak to an owner, somebody that can actually do something.
Manager.
Yeah. So
You'd be surprised how many people, like, I've been telling this shit to people since Friday, and I'm like, yo, how do y'all not notice? The shit was all over the news. Shit was in the newspaper. Shit was online. Yeah, I didn't even know. Well, check your fucking eggs. Why am I even, like, you know what I'm saying? Why are we having a back and forth about this? Do you not know what I do? Just do what the fuck I'm telling you.
Fucking eggs.
Check your fucking eggs. What's the worst that's going to happen? Oh, they're not? Okay,
You'll
well then
thank
you're
'em later.
good. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like thank you for the tip.
Go check
Right.
your fucking eggs, man.
They
Like,
probably think you were trying to bag. You know
I don't want your fucking eggs. Fuck up. Shit.
If they
I got my
bad, give
own
them to me.
eggs.
I'll take them.
Shit. I don't want nothing to do with that shit, man. I'm good money right now.
Right.
Shout out to everybody tuned in from Florida too right now.
Florida looking like the place to be. Shit, we gonna
Everybody
be there.
tuned in from Florida. It's your nice ass
yeah.
weather.
Shit.
Stupid.
Stupid. Stupid ass fucking weather.
Nice ass weather, man. I'm sick of seeing on. You got different people from different areas on your social media, and they all posting. They posting they bathing suits. Oh, beach weather.
Snow over here
man.
and shit, and they got fucking bathing, man. Fuck you, bad.
Then they ask you. They got the nerve to ask you, why you still wearing a scarf?
Right.
Bitch.
Oh, bitch, you took 2 weeks of
Oh.
vacation finally?
Oh, you
First
said-
time in 3 years,
Oh.
and you fucking gonna throw that shit in my face?
Oh, you trying to get?
Right.
You trying to disrespect me?
Why you still wearing the scarf?
You know. Now that's why now you got to put the weather on your like your Insta story and shit, because people be like, "Are you still wearing a coat?
Right.
Ain't it spring up there?" No, it's not.
3 feet of
It's not.
snow.
Sprinter. Winter ain't going nowhere, so we got Sprinter right now. I don't know what it is. Bitch, I'm still coughing. I don't know what's going on. Fuck it. Shit gets me tight. Like, I hate, people keep asking me that. Like, you still wearing a coat?
Right.
The fuck? Not gonna be.
Sprinter.
It's still Sprinter out here. We gotta be bundled up right now. It sucks that we dealing with this weather because, I know these health places are making a lot of money because I know people are sick out their ass right now. Like,
Hell yeah. And these people with these vitamin C's and these
Mm-hmm.
motherfucking emergent C's and all this shit, they all making hella bread. I need to make my own cough drop fucking because they killing right
I'm
now.
gonna make a weed drop.
Oh, shit.
Fuck that. It's gonna be sucking on Niggas gonna be sucking on munchies. Yo, I'm dead ass. I think a weed drop. You would never get sick. Bet you that.
You shouldn't have put that on air.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that shit.
Snoop. God damn it, Snoop. Shout out to Snoop for his gospel album too.
That
Right.
motherfucker winning.
I don't even know where that came from.
That
Like,
shit is like the top gospel album in the
Right.
fucking world.
Right.
Like,
I don't know where that came from. I don't know anything about the album. I didn't purchase it.
That's versatility like shit.
I did not know that Snoop was a reverend.
he found God, and I don't understand how you do that and you still smoke.
That's probably when he went to Jamaica, became Jamaican for
Yo,
a bit.
God is the recruiter of all this. Man.
changing
He done
lives.
Got
recruited-
him.
He done recruited Snoop.
He waited 40
Right.
years and got his ass. Fucking, you thought NWA was still you was down with you was a nigga with attitude, wasn't you? Yeah, I take that whole attitude away.
Nigga with Jesus. Yo, I didn't even know that he
man
had
is
a.
full product of change.
Yeah, like I heard the shit is really
Like,
dope.
it's really an album.
it's
That's
really an
like,
album. It's
nigga
really
really
good.
out
Legit.
there with Mary.
Like, really, but he's not on it. So like, let me dispel that. I think
Oh, he's not?
Yeah, there was like a few songs that I've heard
Mm-hmm.
in passing, and he wasn't on the songs. So it's kind of like it's a bunch of features, a bunch of people making songs. and
Uh-huh.
He's the face, and he's probably like the executive producer.
I'm about to say, let me go
Bunch
listen
of-
to this
Oh.
shit. If
He got like somewhere he's speaking. I don't think he was actually rapping, but if he is, because I didn't hear the album. I, just
I didn't
heard
hear
that
it. I
album.
just saw
I
that.
heard it was really, really good.
Everybody was saying congratulations
Yeah,
to Snoop
he did
and
his thing, like what I'm
right
saying?
before
curious
420. No,
The crossover. How
A
the
little
fuck?
bit.
How the fuck do you do both? You can't do 420 and fucking have a gospel album that's number one. That shit is it don't go
Your
together.
strain of weed is gospel.
it's a God-made weed.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
This is that gospel shit. What you smoking on that gospel?
we trying to get high to reach the Lord.
Smoking on that
Nah,
gospel.
Let me tell you who the fuck was trying to get high to fucking speak to the Lord. gotten Southwest Airlines. Them motherfuckers is wildin'. That's what.
Oh man, rest in peace, yo, to the lady that died on the airline
Yo.
too.
And they try to get how much?
So Southwest, these motherfuckers, let me tell you, they ain't shit. So Southwest was trying to offer these passengers fucking $5,000 to cover up the fact that they was about to die on the plane. Like the plane malfunctioned. I think it went down. They had to do an emergency landing. It was coming out of New York, and they had to do an emergency landing because something happened with, I don't know if it was the engine or if it was the window. It was something that happened very significant, and they had to make an emergency landing. And instead of them, you know, people want compensation. I don't think $5,000 is going to compensate for me almost losing my life.
Right, like they probably would never fly again.
Right, because I'm already skeptical about planes as it is. We got a flight in May that we about to take, and I'm skeptical about that. You know, but $5,000 for my life, like that's what you equate that I'm worth.
Because they feel like it happened, you didn't die.
You didn't die, so yeah, we just want to give you some hush money. No, motherfucker, civil suits is in order. We gonna put one on you, and we gonna put one on two. We gonna go get this bread. That's what we gonna talk about.
Post-traumatic fucking.
Yeah, that'll fuck somebody up.
Right.
And the thing with that is, we always try to equate post-traumatic stress with like military shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case. That shit happens, period. It doesn't matter. If something is traumatic to you in your brain, i.e. you almost dying in a fucking crash,
Right.
that's post-traumatic stress. And some people don't fucking get right after that. So the fact that I almost lost my life and I had to see all the flash and all that shit, people screaming, we don't know what happened on that plane. What the fucking announcers was saying on the plane, the captain and shit like that. Them motherfuckers might have been scared for their lives. You know what I'm saying? We're not just gonna take this $5,000. That's like, no, I want the whole thing. I want the whole thing.
Right, because they had one guy, he actually was sending, I love you texts to his wife.
During the flight?
During the flight going
During
down.
that shit happening?
Yeah, because his wife is pregnant, and it put her through a lot, put her through a lot because she's pregnant. So now she's hearing from her husband.
That could have been a lot of stress on the baby alone.
That, like, babe, like, what do you say? Like, babe, I'm about to, things are it's going down. Like, real life. Like, it's going down. What's going down? The plane. The plane is going down,
Yo,
babe. Like,
that shit is not a game.
It's not a game. This is the real deal. This shit is happening.
Right.
Like, $5,000 ain't gonna clear that up.
At all.
Not even for her medical bills. It's just her. Just him sending that text message to her and
like,
trying
two
to
or three visits.
And first off, how the hell this nigga his phone was working?
He probably was
probably
paying for the Wi-Fi.
Paying for that Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is. I ain't paying for no Wi-Fi on no plane. I'm gonna be asleep because I'm not paying for Wi-Fi. I don't need it.
I mean, it sucks. I really like Southwest, man. God damn it.
Damn it.
They haven't had no problems in the last. I think they said last 40 years. Last 40
they stay
plus
under the
years.
radar. Like,
they haven't been having no plane failures or anything. So it just sucks that it. I mean,
God damn it.
It's a plane. Like, it's like, you look at things like it's a plane. It's technology. Things happen.
Right.
You can't control what happened. But if it's a failure within the engine, or somebody got to pay for that shit. And whoever that somebody is, I think the lady name is Kelly or something. She the one that signed the email. I think she's a representative of something of Southwest. I don't know if she's like she's not the owner.
Oh shit!
But she sent out the email and it's signed by her with the $5,000 gift to everybody, and they apologize for that traumatic incident they went through.
A damn good apology.
$5,000.
You think I'm Boo Boo the Fool? Boo Boo the Fool? You know how many people was on that plane?
And then you cancel 40 plus flights a day since that incident to make sure you check planes.
Well, y'all should have been checking the planes before that, motherfuckers. Pay up. Cha-ching. Open the bank.
Like
I'm ready for my
we
deposit.
send prayers out to the mother, to the woman that died, and all of that. Yeah, that's cool and all, but ain't no money gonna bring that lady back.
I would take the $5,000 and be like, may I have some more?
You need to give me a plane. That's it.
May I have some more? Because that shit is crazy.
And don't put Southwest on it.
Shit. I don't know. Like that. It's scary. Like that. To be up there and have to really. Because there's nothing you can do.
Right.
It's nothing short of you jumping out of the plane. Which I ain't going to do that either. Short of you doing that, there's nothing you can do. You can only pray that God is there and he holding on. He on the main line. fucking gonna bring that shit down in one piece, and you managed to live through it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping, my thoughts and prayers to those people.
Like that shit gonna fuck your head up.
And hopefully that's resolved, and hopefully people are taken care of, because that's some shit that should not happen. If I'm paying fucking $400 and $500 for a flight, and y'all making me get travel insurance and all that shit, y'all force me to do it. You say the recommendation is you need to buy this flight insurance for your fucking ticket, then y'all need to be making sure my shit is safe. Fuck all of that shit, because it don't matter if I have travel insurance if I don't make it to my destination. It don't matter, because what you're gonna pay back the $500 to my family for the ticket?
What I wanted to know was how do they, how before you get in your car, you do your vehicle inspection. You check,
Right.
make sure your
Supposed
tires
to.
and stuff. Is that the same thing with planes? Because they operate 24 hours, like 7 days a week. So when does the plane go to the hut or whatever it is called
Right.
to get re-inspected? How
from-
many hours per day do you fly before you get an inspection? Like,
Right. I mean, from what I was told from like people that knew that work at the airport, they say the way they do it is they'll do pre-trip inspections like really quick while in the transit, people getting off and getting on the board. Then after that,
I
once
thought
the
that
plane,
was just clean up and gassing, fueling.
Well,
No,
do that
they
too, but
have to do
they have people,
pre-checks.
like people actually look at the engine, stuff like that. Like guys actually get on the plane, check the control,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, of that nature. It's not really intense, but they said they're a lot of planes to fly so many X amount of hours before they actually take the ship off of the line and actually go get it serviced and stuff like that. Depending on the load of how many people coming in, stuff like that, whatever.
So is that more of a mileage thing, I guess? Like how many miles does a plane have to
Probably.
rack on it before it goes in to get service?
Right.
Or like even still there should be an intermediate. I mean, you have your basic pre-screen, pre-check, just like you would do in a car, but there should be an intermediate one. Like if you know that your layover, let's say, is going to be 2 hours and you're getting back on the same plane, there should be a more intermediate check that goes a little bit more in depth to make sure that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Or those things, they should be checking the basic things like the windows.
Right.
'Cause
I
those
think
windows are pop-out windows. A lot
think
of the
the-
windows
the-
in the
the-
middle are pop-out windows where if there's an emergency,
The emergency exit.
yeah,
windows.
you can pop those shits out. So like, they should be checking those things. And if that's not
I
happening,
personally think and hope that their inspection process is way more intense than it would be like in vehicles. I work on fleet as well, but what they normally do is they'll have a month-to-month PM session where we'll take a certain vehicle off the
right.
out of service without for whatever amount of days to do PM service on it. Whereas those planes, like these things are in the air.
Mm-hmm. So you got to look at the outside and the inside. Because
Right. It shouldn't be a month to month for the plane. It should, it should be a daily inspection.
Right.
Like
A
every
thorough one. At that.
every 6 hours or something like that. Because how many things are flying in the air? Like you don't know what can get caught in the engine. You might did an inspection yesterday, but there was a bird or something that flew in
Right.
your engine. So you telling me that my next inspection won't be until the next week? Like there has to be. I need to research that because there has to be some type of system where if we got 50 planes going up and flying, and how many of those planes are going to get serviced? Like
Right. At least
they
have
do
some
it,
planes on
I mean-
standby or something to swap out or something.
right, they do it with NASCAR. They do it with a lot of
Right.
these other vehicles or transportation stuff that we use. So for planes, if someone or somebody on live or anybody tuned in right now that do know what's the routine inspection, please let us know, because that's something that we as people who fly and really love to be in the air, like let us know, because we would want to know, like, you look at a fire extinguisher, you can look and you can see this fire extinguisher got inspected on this month of this year.
Exactly.
Where can we go as passengers on a plane to look and see when the
Yeah.
inspection, like, I don't know, maybe airlines should kind of take that into consideration to where it makes us feel a little bit more safer. I mean, ultimately it's up to the people who are flying the planes. Like, ultimately, you are in the air, you took that risk to fly, things happen, it sucks, but at least if we're able to look at something where we have a plane itinerary and it shows the plane's history, like, in the last 24 hours.
Show me the
this
plane facts.
Yeah, the
Right.
plane facts. We got car facts and we get a plane facts of what, I mean, some people might look over it, but I'm the type of person that I want to look into certain things. Like, I want to know, okay, well, if I use this, when did it get inspected, or whether it's anything, a bicycle, a train, a bus, or anything like.
The most they do for the planes, or you see they give you a rating on the flight itself. It'll be like 4 out of 10, 8 out of 10, or whatever. You'll see that online,
but how
that
accurate
doesn't
is
mean
that?
anything because
Yeah,
that's based on reviews, and reviews are opinions. We need the actual factual. Like, listen, this was inspected on this day,
Right,
or whatever.
those little barcodes, where you can scan. You can if you have the barcode app, you can scan
the
it.
little square ones.
The little square ones. I think that should be like on all the transportation that we use, whether it's air trains, anything like that. Like when was it expected? So that way we can do it on our own, because at that point you don't have to tell the passengers. This is to your own. If you want to look and see when this plane got inspected, scan it, and you can. So that way you now have, if you want to get on that plane. But if we don't have access to this, and only the company does, that sucks. That sucks. I would like that to be, enforced or something like that. Like, just have that code somewhere. You sitting at a seat and you just you bored until the flight takes off.
It's nothing but a submission. So let's see what we can do to submit that as an idea to help educate, educate, and bring awareness to these situations, because they shouldn't be happening. The flight travel in general is like a fucking billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, and so there's no reason why something like that, as small as that is, and as small as that sounds, can't be something that's added to help bring awareness and safety to the passenger.
And utilize technology. Technology is here for us to utilize it. So if they do enforce that, and they do have that to where you just scan and now you're in the database of Southwest in regards to the plane inspections and what, like, any seats that was removed or anything, like, you can just, it's a simple drop down to where you can see, different categories, engine, wings, seats, windows, whatever. So that way we know. I feel like every transportation system that has, like, every public transportation system that has, a lot of people that's utilizing it, I feel like they should have some sort of system where we can just kind of scan it, and we not get all into the whole database and get crazy, but more so when the checkups was,
the condition of the plane.
Yeah, the condition of the plane, and how frequent this plane is getting checked up on, because I think that'll help a lot of people, like,
get over their plane fright, because that's a lot of, you get on a plane, you already know your life is. You're already putting your life at risk right there. They don't they don't make you sign a disclaimer. Hey, you're getting on a plane, you could possibly lose your life, because it's intended to know that you're going to be safe on the plane. But what happens when something like this happens? Now you may very well have to do some shit like that, but you also at that point need to increase the safety. You know what I'm saying? So that's just an idea. We like to get paid for our ideas, though. So we ain't gonna keep giving y'all fucking tips on how to fucking save America and shit.
But I'm definitely gonna put in a notice, an email or something, because something needs to happen. And if all it takes is an email, why not send it through? It's just a question. Where can we as passengers find, what is it called, aircraft maintenance checkups or whatever, and if they respond, they respond. If they don't, they
try it at least.
You can try and put it out there, but everything should be emailed, so that way you can get that date and stuff like that. That way okay, I contacted you. I'm taking this flight, because I'm going to Miami next month. I want to know when I get on the plane, like, what the fuck, it just worries me. But
I ain't trying to take my last ride right now. I don't need that.
At least let me hit South Beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just hit it. Like, not hard, but I want to.
Let me hit it one time.
I want to hit it safely.
You know what I'm saying?
We go jump into some more music.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all tuned in. Make sure y'all sharing all the links.
Please.
All the links. It's not a lot of links, because it's just, you already know, NoSugarRadio.com.
Cost you nothing.
Share. Cost you nothing.
Cost you fucking nothing.
Well, you don't share it. It might cost you your life, B.
Might hate you.
But now you're tuning in to No Sugar Radio.
But you hear the can of ravioli.
Fucking God.
It's your boy Young Low, man. Tune in to No Sugar Radio, man. We here live. BSE. Gang. She alright though. But I like her. That fit my description more. Pretty eyes, big thighs, slim waist, cute face, you hear me? That's all I do is them bad bitches. I ain't lying.
Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight. My bitch, she asked me, do I love her? I say not to that extent. Said she gave a nigga pussy, she think I'ma pay her rent. I can't be no sugar daddy, baby girl, you got me bent. I just fuck him, then I duck him, cause I'm something like a pimp. I got hoes out the hoes, texting, asking where I be. I been jugging and finessing, making plays on these streets. Since a nigga money up, these suckers really think I'm sweet. I'ma leave his ass grass, cause I always pack the heat. And so many niggas hating on me, but this shit ridiculous. Niggas take it to the hop when they find out I fuck they bitches. Tryna put me on they snap, but I don't feel like taking pictures. I'm just all about my money, I'm just all about my riches. Fast lane, fast money, cause I'm always in a hurry. I'm too busy for a girlfriend, I can't see me getting murdered. If you can't cooperate with me, then bitch you getting curved. Yeah, see we beat them all bad, I rep it till I'm buried. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight. Look, my bitches be badass, fast, she really proper. All she like is BYB, she like the party down the opera. But she work her ass off, so I can't really knock her. Shorty got her shit together, she a full-blown doctor. Special thing I like about you is you always rolling with me. Sipping double cups and smoking gas, we turn up like a hippie. One thing that I always say is that you never play me 50. No head with the sex, I told her, baby, won't you get me friends for some benefits? That's the way that we be dealing. Every time I dick her down, she get more into her feelings. Couple texts and FaceTimes, after that we start chillin'. Know a nigga money up, cause all his hundreds I be pillin'. Cruising in that GT, I push the gas to the max. Riding through that thirst, we tunnel, smoking Bob Molly cracks. Keeping peoples out my business, windows tinted with the smacks. Got my foreign bitch driving while I sit back and relax. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight. Only fuck with bad bitches, that's MC the gorgeous type. Heard the shorty like the lean, baby, shorty like the Sprite. Got her rolling up the sands, might just fuck her for the night. Hit the Saks Fifth and Beverly and then we caught a flight.
I just wanna live and have some fun. Don't you know the party's just begun? La la la. Come inside. We all are here to have a real good time. Kick your feet up, have a glass of wine. Ease your mind. Cause we're gonna live and party, get on the dance floor. Work out, out, turn up a little more. La la la. You make me wanna say la la la. Feeling your body, you feeling mine. La la la. Cause we're gonna live and party, get on the dance floor. Work out, turn up a little more. We all just tryna get it. Loving the way you're moving my hips. I just wanna have a good time. I just wanna live my life.
Hey, this is your girl Maya, and when I'm in Baltimore, you know I'm listening to No Sugar Radio.
Oh shit! Yo, my live wasn't muted. It was the mics was muted.
Oh
I think
shit!
I gotta get off live.
Oh man. I'm glad that was you.
Shit. Yeah, you can't be saying no shit like that. We back, man. This is No Sugar Radio, baby, and that was Manye.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La la. If y'all want to hear more of Manye's song, definitely go cop an EP on iTunes.
Definitely.
That shit is dope.
Stop playing. Drop that video,
go
girl.
Follow her by following us on Instagram, baby.
Drop that video, girl.
And we back. It's No Sugar Radio.
Yo.
Mr. Crash.
What's going on in Baltimore right now?
That's the great question. You should probably answer that.
I definitely am.
That's the question that you got to answer to.
Anyway, right now, Baltimore drivers, I don't know if this is going on in New York or any other place, but I know right now Baltimore drivers come May 1st, I believe, they're looking at to get fined $90 plus get a point on their license if they are caught like in the intersection of traffic.
Yeah,
like,
in New York it costs more than that.
Oh, so you do got
to block the box. Yeah, you fucking get a fucking ticket, like a big ass ticket.
Out in New York. Too, or?
I don't know about points, but then again, I don't live there, so.
Oh, shit.
But
if you park there?
No, if you block the box.
You know the intersection,
in the intersection, you can't block the box out there, like in Manhattan and the city and shit.
So if that's considered a traffic, then you definitely get points.
Yeah. So that's
a lot of people in Baltimore that I've seen and noticed they're pissed off about it. Like, it's another way to get money. Blah, blah. I'm like, yo, it's
some shit you ain't supposed to be doing.
Drive right.
Shit. What the fuck you blocking the box for anyway? Like,
motherfuckers trying to be fast, beating the light.
But you can't beat. You got to think about the intersection though. That shit is the scariest thing ever, crossing the intersection, because people. So there's a traffic algorithm, and this is something that I learned in just general driver. So they got an algorithm. They time all the lights everywhere. There's a system that shit works off of, and you have to know the system in order to fucking when it's your time to cross. And so if the lights ain't running right, you know what I'm saying? People just do what the fuck they want to do. But that system is there for a reason, is to decrease accidents. And people just zoom in through the fucking red light, or like they don't have cameras.
Because remember, that light can be changed by the fire department.
Yes.
Understand that the fire department has control of that light being changed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you zoom in through the yellow and it's about to hit red, and the fire department is coming out of the fire station, and they put it to red quickly,
you fucked.
They can hit you and not get in trouble for that.
Right.
Like,
because it's an emergency.
It's an emergency. And I didn't even know that till recently, that if you're flying and the fire department is flying as well and y'all happen to collide, obviously their truck is made to not get,
that's still
they're gonna
their
mosh
truck is like a fucking military truck. They built it for that reason, and they're carrying a lot. So if your car get damaged and you're like, oh, the fire department just zooming down the highway,
that's not an answer.
That's not a fucking answer. They got an emergency. They're a first responder. They have to do that.
Exactly.
Like,
matter of fact, even here, like, people don't understand, like, when these ambulances and these fire trucks come behind us,
you better move.
Yeah, you gotta
better get the fuck out of the way.
They can move you out the way.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you better get the fuck out of the way.
It's like I think it's like a time frame. I can't remember the exact time frame, but if you don't move in a certain time limit, they can move you the fuck out the way.
Right.
And they will hit you because they can't stop. Like, they build up, them motherfuckers is moving 70 miles an hour on a regular street. They moving because they trying to get to where they going. That shit is scary.
What's the big ones that got the steering in the back?
Yeah.
Man, I seen somebody balling that joint one day, and the guy, it was right there. I don't know if like any of y'all know about Monroe Street, right there where Monroe Washington Boulevard meet. And the guy did the same exact thing. He comes flying out, and luckily the guys that were driving this fire truck knew what the fuck they were doing. But they literally had this big ass fire truck go sideways, like the back end fishing out. But the back wheels they turn whatever. Man, when I say that shit scared the fuck out of me because the way he whipped it, he had a fishtail his ass in towards me and bring it back to avoid the guy and me as well, because this guy wants to be a fucking asshole and dodge past his light.
So what I'm seeing about the Baltimore traffic, by the beginning of May 1st, the traffic cops are going to be giving out warnings. For that warning only lasts you about 30 days, they said. So June 1st is when there's no more warning. You block, you going to get fined. So just For everybody
just
in Baltimore.
so people understand it clear, that means the crosswalks too. If your car, like say if you come to a stop
and you over the
and the
line,
front of your car is in that crosswalk,
oh shit,
you gonna get that point and them that $90 fine. That's how they carry it. Now I don't know if it's the cameras that's catching these people or the actual police officers, but they doing it.
And it's a traffic cop, so whoever. I mean, I would think that the cameras too, because they're gonna find some way of getting
Right.
getting their
I know the
money.
cameras they go off regardless if you're in the intersection.
Because if you're blocking the intersection and the people have to go now outside of that crosswalk, you're putting their lives in jeopardy
Right,
because they can get hit because they have to walk around you and then
And
try
they're
to.
still in the street. They're in the
right,
street now.
right,
They're not within the safety line.
And remember, it might be kids too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids that need to cross. So if you're now telling the kid, if they're trained to, walk when with the signs say go and walk, and now you're telling them to walk around your big ass vehicle to
walk
keep
over that
walking.
shit.
I
I won't step on your fucking hood if you're in my way.
That's fucking crazy. Like that's
This is definitely. I think it's a good idea. I mean, I don't really care for the whole, the fee plus the point.
Mhm.
I think it should be either one or the other. But
Well, I mean, that's the only way that you're really going to make
Right.
it serious. Like, people don't take shit serious. I'll pay a fine any day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You get that point, that shit make you think.
that's what I'm thinking. If they do the point, yes,
It should make you think.
get rid of the fine, do the point.
No, they need the
Because
fine.
once they get that,
They need to fine, because you got to think about it like this too, because it don't
Mhm.
even matter if they get a point, because with a point, I mean, it's 1 point. Now, if you saying
Right.
2-3 points, that's your light. Like, they're gonna take your license. 1 point, okay. What happens the next time? People are gonna try this shit. They're gonna try it. They're gonna see. Oh well, I got away with that shit. That shit ain't nothing. I paid $90. That shit ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? That next time though, they're gonna take your license and you gonna fucking pay like a fucking $250 fine and be in court type of shit. Like, they have to have escalators like that.
Right.
So the fine is definitely necessary. But fuck the money you're paying whoever. It's necessary to fucking show motherfuckers, hey, this is a serious thing. People don't like losing money over stupid shit. And if you get caught in the fucking intersection, that's a stupid ass reason to be losing $90. That should have make you
people
think.
don't understand the seriousness of it. Like, if something, like I say, if something does happen and these emergency vehicles got to get through,
Now you
they
liable.
will move the fuck you out the way. Like,
They
then on top of that, you unnecessarily congesting traffic. Like, if you got traffic that's jammed up this way, but it's smooth that way, once you block the intersection, you fucking up shit going that way as well.
Yep.
So the whole goal is they're trying to make Baltimore a zero fatality state. So that's what I'm reading for the mayor, Catherine. She's trying to make Baltimore a zero fatality state, and the whole goal of it is to decrease the vehicle fatalities and all of the incidents that have been happening in Baltimore because of this incident. Some lights you get to turn on red, some you can't. So they're trying to just make this a zero vehicle fatality state.
I think how you
Hopefully.
one way you just do that is fucking. They need to reinforce the law where you don't turn on red. That's another reason why. Because you got whole signs that'll say no turn on red, and cops will turn on red. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Turn on red. There'll be cameras there. They turn on red. I'm guilty. I'll do it because I'm following suit. Like, it's if nobody else is going to enforce the law, you got a big ass sign. Nobody's doing it. Then what the fuck? You hit that corner and you skirt around that corner and something's coming this way and you're not seeing that because you're so focused on turning the corner, you just caused a big ass accident down the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically really you got to enforce the laws you already got.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, because in New York you
That
ain't
is
turning
true.
on red. No
They don't
motherfuckers
give a
are
fuck what
parked.
it is.
They don't care what you doing. If you make a mistake and fucking pull up in the goddamn intersection, they pulling your ass over.
The only way you turn on red is if there's a police officer behind you and he's
They're
telling
forcing you to turn on
and he's
red.
telling you to turn. But if you did, man, because they go so hard to try to get you to not drive ever again.
Yes.
If you do some shit like that, and I can understand it because now states like Baltimore is becoming highly populated now. There's a lot of people moving into the area, and how do
Actually,
you control?
It's reversed for Baltimore now.
It
Most
is?
of our population going to the county now.
Well,
you talking about in the city?
In Maryland.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Maryland, period. There's a lot of people moving from out of state to moving to Maryland just because of cost or whatever. And because people are now seeing that, the cost of living is becoming a little bit cheaper depending on what part of Maryland you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So people are migrating here, and the more people you have for a state that really didn't have that many people, like Maryland compared to New York. If you
Right.
start having people transitioning, because even Atlanta had to start enforcing a lot of rules because people were moving from every state coming to Atlanta, and now you have more people. So now you got to worry about more shit. And if safety for people who are pedestrians walking in the street, because now everybody's zooming, everybody's everywhere going crazy. You have to
Rushing to
find
nowhere.
some way to enforce that traffic law. Like, you have to, because, and then there are some people, for the drivers, we know that there's some people that just be wild and they walking everywhere, they on their phones, they not looking at traffic. So some of the stuff you can't help, you just have to be a driver that is aware. You have to drive with the caution of just seeing, like, all right, there might be somebody stupid on their phone walking across the street, which I've seen it being a driver, that there's people that do that. But 9 times out of 10, just try not to speed. I mean, I don't even know, like, what else to say. Just try not to speed and obey the traffic laws. There's some signs that you might have 5 signs on one pole. You don't even know how to fucking obey. You don't know what sign to obey. They're talking about 12 to 3 p.m. and then 2 p.m.
Right.
and this. Like, now you really confused. I think the safest way is just stop. Don't even go nowhere.
That's right.
Just stop. Leave it up to Uber and Lyft.
Should be
Just
small
stop.
as shit. You can barely read it. Like, nah.
So I mean, I think what they're trying to enforce is positive.
Right.
And I think giving drivers a 30-day notice, a warning, is something that you shouldn't give them any more than 30 days. I think 30 days should be enough to kind of know, okay, we're enforcing this. But how many traffic cops are there in Baltimore? There's not a lot. Like, there's not a lot. So now you're enforcing this traffic law. Are you going to do something positive by opening more state tests so that people can take?
Ooh.
Like, like, okay, you're doing something now. Now you're fining people, but are you opening up the state test for people to actually apply to be, a traffic cop, to make sure this is being enforced on a regular basis? Or are you just worrying about the ones you already have? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So this can be a good thing, and it can be a negative thing. So I think the community should just kind of come together and say, okay, we understand that this is something that you have to enforce, but how can we actually help the community? Are you guys going to open it up? Because a lot of state jobs in Baltimore are usually closed. Everything's closed. So, hopefully they do that. Hopefully they help out the community and fucking open up these state tests and let people enforce it. Because then you'll understand. When you're on the other side of things, you understand. Like, some people who are, some people who did crime and then they become a police officer, they understand both sides. So
right.
I think it should be pretty interesting to see how this goes, how this play out. So May 1st, guys, May 1st for the people that's in Baltimore. Now, is it in Maryland State, or is it certain counties?
So far, I know it's just Baltimore right now. As far as I know it.
Okay. So for those people,
I mean, normally we don't have those issues like in most of our counties, especially the more the outskirt counties. We don't really have those issues. It's definitely an issue in Baltimore, and sometimes it really pisses me off. I'm like, why would you, put yourself in that position?
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna post a link so that way you can read up a little bit more on it, and just tell us what you think. You know what I mean? Just tell us what you think, and then at the end of the day, it really don't matter because that's something that they're enforcing, so it doesn't really matter. And hopefully,
I think it's gonna help a lot with the traffic flow, though. Honestly.
I mean, how's the mayor? She's doing. I don't know. I don't know. Baltimore's kind of weird when it comes to a lot of shit.
It is.
Yeah.
Legally,
it's like they
weird.
focus on one thing and miss out on the other things. It's like you said, it's weird.
Yeah, these are your people's, Crash. So I mean,
Shit, I ain't claiming shit.
You need to fucking talk to them about
I'm
this.
making shit up my own end. They ain't listening to me.
Shit, for real.
It's NBA playoff time.
It is. Who the fuck winning though? Who the fuck gonna be winning? Because I'm convinced Philly looking like everything right now.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm a Cavs fan. Let me not say that. Let me rephrase that. I have not really diehard watched basketball since Iverson was playing.
Mm-hmm.
So me nowadays, enjoyed it, wanted to see the games played, and I haven't enjoyed basketball since then. So at this point in time in my life, I'm a LeBron James fan. I don't follow him per se, but I like, because I think he's a great basketball player. And Cleveland this year is looking real shitty. They looking crazy in these playoffs. My boy Lance, shout out to Lance out there putting them fucking clamps down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
the game is tonight too.
The game is tonight.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on. You see the Brow out there. He coming up. He ain't no baby no more. He an actual real deal. Like these playoffs are showing he the real deal. They just swept. They swept. Who the fuck did they play? Whatever team, they swept them because they weren't important.
And
anyway.
again, you
The
can't.
Trailblazers, that's what they swept.
You can't talk about the regular season.
That don't mean
because
shit.
the regular season don't mean shit. When you enter the playoffs,
That's a new season.
everything is 0-0.
Right.
Bring your A game or get ran over. and it's showing in the playoffs right now with these games that they've been playing. A lot of superstars have not been showing up. And it could be a lot of reasons. I think a lot of these basketball players are getting so entertained with the entertainment life that they forgetting that they're actually fucking
Obligated to
obligated. You better. They paying you millions of dollars on these contracts. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think one player that I see that he's actually taking his career to another level and understanding both sides of the industry, and that's Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see him doing anything crazy. Like, Dwayne Wade knows that he's an athlete. He's a role model. He's a married man, so he's out there doing his thing and still entertaining night after night. So shout out to Dwayne Wade. I mean, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I do feel like when you're on a team, help him. Like, help him. Like everybody's like, oh, well, LeBron ain't showing up. Okay, great. LeBron ain't showing up. So then, where is the team? If he carried you throughout the season to make you guys get to the playoffs, him and other players, like, why not help him? All right, LeBron, chill out. Chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give 30 this game. Let me give 40 this game because you did a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of show out guys,
Right.
on the Cavs that can actually do something without LeBron, and that's what Of course, Shaq is always clowning everything. That's what they were talking about on ESPN. Is that when LeBron has a bad game, who else? Who else can the coach go to? Because if he's not the go-to guy and he's getting doubled, we need other people to step up. So. Shout out to LeBron for doing what he can. I mean, we already know that LeBron he flops a lot, he's crybaby, but that's what makes LeBron LeBron. He's an entertainer and a basketball player. Mm-hmm. Like, he's both combinations. So it's all about knowing the game. If you don't know the game, I'm a flop too. If I know I'm gonna get the call, that's it's all about knowing the game, knowing the refs, and just playing your game. So shout out to everybody who's watching the playoffs. Put your bid in. Let us know who you going for.
Hopefully you get your money up because this is probably the most watched playoffs. Like, anybody can win this year. Like, I can honestly say Golden State ain't no lock this year to win no fucking championship in the NBA with the way that Houston is playing. Right. And Cleveland ain't no lock to make it to the finals with the way Philly is playing. Like, it's just too many what ifs right now.
Right.
So this is probably the most spectacular playoffs I've seen in a long time, since way back then.
Mm-hmm.
And
right.
Like,
and you're not just saying, oh,
yeah, it's
Chicago
just another fucking
win.
game. You just don't know who the fuck gonna win any of these games. So I'm interested in seeing how this plays out. We got our own like bracketology at work. Everybody got their own teams and they picked how the playoffs gonna play out. We're gonna see what that happens like. So shout out to the NBA for making the game lovable again. Like,
Right.
they really took a lot of strides over these last few years to try to bring back some energy to the game because they was falling off. I ain't gonna hold you. They've been falling off.
Make you not even want to fucking watch it.
Yeah, like it's not even worth watching. But now these playoffs this year is doing something.
At least we know, the Western Conference, the Pelicans is in the Western Conference.
Right, and that's without.
So now we're waiting for everybody else to finish up their first round of the playoffs, and we're gonna post that and you just put your bid in.
You want to put some money up against No Sugar Radio?
It's getting crazy.
Shit,
it's getting.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We I ain't saying we're about that life. I'm just saying
I'm
saying you're not about that life. You know what I'm saying? there's any way that we could take some money off your hands, you let us know, and we can deal with that.
Anyway, we can take some money off your hands. I
You know
just
what I'm
peeped
saying?
that.
Just let us know.
Just let
I
us
just
know.
peeped that. You just
We'll take
We can
care
help
of
you out
that
with
for
that.
you. You know what I'm saying? We take all our money Cash App or Western Union, but that's neither here nor there. That's neither here.
Y'all want to jump into a track and then come back and
Yeah, we gonna get towards the end, right? What time is it?
No, we ain't hit that relationship topic though. We
Oh,
ain't hit that relationship topic, so we gonna jump into a
just
track
real
and
quick,
we gonna jump into a track and we gonna come right back. Nah, we jumping
we
into
gonna
a
do
track
one.
and we coming back for this topic because this. Put your lives up. That's it. It's getting
I bet
crazy.
you won't do it
now.
tonight. You try this shit
Right.
today. You gonna be fucked up tonight. Watch.
No Sugar Radio.
Yeah. Bully. Yeah. Hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Yeah, stacking up. Stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. Stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. Stacking up. I'm Millie Rock, I'm from Brooklyn, pussy, no Chinese, but we cooking pussies. Got a long nose, no Dumbo, that'll make him ditch like he playing hooky. Who can say they wonder with the Rilla? Who can say they wonder with gorillas? My King Kong versus Godzilla, that banana drum go ta-ra-ta-ta. We switch to fly, we some caterpillars. What? My hang time feel like Megan Thriller. Whoa. My money long like some bundle here. My team strong, we can take it there. This the theme song for the swiper man. Like hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Yeah, stacking up. Stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. Stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. Stacking up. Yeah. Now I got 100 bands, I got a lot of hoes. And I got 100 fans, they coming to my shows. Got me feeling like the man in some running shows. Cause they done put me in the game and I cannot lose. No, I cannot lose. They done put me in the race. I will not lose. No, I will not lose. Yeah. I'm stacking up, man, your time is up like you down 50 in the fourth quarter. Niggas said that they wanted beef, but they thought it through and wanna change their order. You lukewarm, not boil water in the coop, gone like the race is over. Gas stank, but they like the odor. Made $1 million, no Minnesota. Send me tuck if you front is over. Leaning on them like we mixing soda. Feeding for her, but she probably Zoya. Ain't no scheming on him if that nigga owe ya. Gon' get it, gon' set it. Since a fetus, I was born flexing. If I need it, then I'm gon' get it. If he's steaming, then we gon' wet him. Yeah. If he's steaming, then we gon' wet him. Yeah. If he's steaming, then we gon' wet him. 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 I know. Hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Hundreds and hundreds, we stacking up. Niggas be frontin', we had enough. Pull up with Kenan, that nigga gon' buzz. I'm riding the phantom like opera. I'm stacking it up from the floor. My pockets, they used to be lower. I'm getting this green, I'm on go. I'm serving these teams with that dope. Yeah, stacking up. Stacking up, stacking up, stacking up. Yeah.
Shout out to the boy. I don't see.
Stacking up.
Follow him on Instagram first off. Like I need y'all to follow him on Instagram. Big XANE. He changed his Instagram like I think twice.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know whether or not if it was a big change, but for artists who are in the industry and they do decide to change the Instagram name, just know that you can't keep changing it because that messes up your following. Because people now they don't know who you go by, but you know this guy he's a great artist from out of Brooklyn, New York. Stay tuned, man. I'm telling you, these artists that we feature on our show, they making big moves. So when we post their Instagram, it's okay to hit their Instagram, follow them, and see what they have going on because we only play the great, but the great. Yeah, especially if you like their music, it's always good to show love. It's always good to show love.
I'm a supporter.
Support, and pay homage. You know, just support and pay homage is how you gonna get through in this industry, whether it's whatever industry you're in, music, acting, whatever, entrepreneurship. Pay homage and you'll be good. Speaking of that, shout out to Just Hilarious. She's no longer a Wildin' Out. She's a Baltimore breed, so that's why we're speaking about her.
Yeah.
Shout out to Just Hilarious because she's no longer a Wildin' Out, and she did pay her dues and gave Nick Cannon his credit, stating that he's one of the best business owners and bosses that she has ever worked with. And just basically giving Nick Cannon his credit that's due because a lot of people don't give him his credit as him helping comedians reach that platform. A lot of people on Wildin' Out has been, you know, they went from Wildin' Out to been, you know,
movies and
all types of shit. Like, you know, D-Ray, a lot of these people, they because of Nick Cannon, he set the you know, that lane for a lot of comedians. And
definitely.
And I think giving credit when it's due is definitely a must. I know she probably didn't have to, but at the end of the day, out of respect, she gave him his credit. And, you know, her time there was short-lived. She decided to go elsewhere with her career because it's now on the rise. And he actually told her to, you know, go out there and do more. Like, don't just let Wildin' Out be the only thing that you're doing. Do more. And she's did just that. Like, comedy shows. She's going on tour. She's movies, TV, sitcoms. Like, she got a lot in the works. So go follow Just Hilarious on Instagram right now. She's doing a lot. She's doing a major turn on the comedian platform when it comes to females, because not a lot of females are doing what she's comedians, you know, so not just anybody, comedians that, you know, were just social media comedians, and then now they expanded and was given that opportunity. So, you know, her taking that opportunity from Nick Cannon, and then now he's, you know, basically letting her know that, you know, you're getting bigger. Like, now it's time to keep doing what you're doing, but now elevate it. And she's doing just that. So, you know, shout out to Just Hilarious because paying homage on social media, I know she didn't have to, you know, but she probably wanted to just clear the way for people who say she don't pay homage or whatever the case may be. So, you know, I commend her for that and wish her the best.
It takes away that bad tarnish, you know, background name when it comes to Nick Cannon as well.
Right. And everybody know Nick Cannon is a beast when it comes to entrepreneurship and business. Nick Cannon knows a lot, and
that man over there counting checks.
Yeah, he got a new song. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, all of them, low key, they trying to do their thing. Like, Nelly got a new song. Low key, you would never know because you got to remember they popped way back when nobody expects to hear.
Right.
They got new music. Like, so they're not just the platform that they started in or that they initially came out in. It's not the platform that it's not over for them. You know what I'm saying? They're still adapting to the times. They're still putting out music. So,
and he's smart. He took the lane where everybody wants to laugh, everybody wants to smile, everybody wants to be happy. So Wildin' Out, when he did have it became extreme. Now we see a lot of copycats, but it became a platform that, you know, people can go and you know, they sell drinks there. If you ever been there, they sell a lot of things there, and it's a home platform for him. And I think that Nick Cannon is doing a great job. He's now Wildin' Out is in New York now, so that's a great thing. He just knows what he's doing, you know. He just knows what he's doing. Them incredible headphones before a lot of people was making headphones. Nick Cannon was doing it, you know. So there's a lot of things that, you know, you might not know about Nick Cannon. He's a great businessman. Great businessman. So
very hands-on.
Shout out to him.
Very much hands-on with all that he does. You know, he doesn't allow other people to dictate his vision.
Right.
He doesn't allow people to come in and change shit to what they think it should be. The way that he sets it is the way that he sets it, and if people don't fall in line, then they disappear. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it should be. You know, so shout out to him. Shout out to Incredible and everything that he's doing right now and everything that he's going to do, you know, because he's not done either.
Right.
So with that being said, we didn't get to touch on our relationship topic for the day. And I was, you know, topic shopping. I ain't going to hold you. But, you know, it's something that really dawned on me because a lot of people, they want to know what the thought process is on the exit interview per se. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a relationship, the exit interview. On the exit interview, what do y'all think would be, what do you think your ex would say is the reason that y'all broke up? Like, what would you think if we sat your ex at this radio station right now in this chair? What do you think he or she would say is the reason that y'all broke up? Real talk. We gonna start inside here, and then we'll branch out. Yeah, we'll start inside here because we are not immune to the questions that we ask of you guys. We're not immune to it. So, Crash, we're gonna volunteer you for tribute first. Being that it doesn't matter, you're married, so there's nothing.
I mean, based off the conversation that we had before we broke up, it was because she was going into the service. But
is she in the service?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you gotta because
that's what she said.
Somebody told you some shit.
Reason for breaking up because that time, you know, we both going into the service. I think that she lied too. I think because the fact she wanted to
fuck around, she wanted to dilly dally.
Because exactly right, not too long after we broke up, you know, she started messing with somebody else. And you still haven't been deported yet. I'm like, okay, cool, fine. And after that, once things went south, she tried to come back. I'm like, nah. But that was her reason why, because she was going to the service. She felt like I had needs. I wasn't going to be faithful to her while she's gone. Boo, boo. I'm like, okay, whatever.
To be like that sometimes,
right?
That's an excuse. I ain't gonna hold you. That's an excuse. Now you all married with children.
And I'm ready to come to the wedding.
That's fucked up. Nah, that's some whole other fucking made her come to the wedding too. This motherfucker, man, I'm telling you, that's some dirtbag. Hey, you made her come to the.
Was a bitch.
That's nah. I don't know about that.
That's a good ass question.
What's the hold on?
What's
the question? Hold on.
No, I'm saying that's a good ass question. Like, what would be the reason? What would your ex say?
What would your ex say? Like on some like real shit.
For the reason that y'all broke up.
I think you should put that on the page.
I'm doing it now because I really want to know.
I want to know. I'm curious to know now. You know what I'm saying? I can't.
No lying, people.
No lying. Like, you got to be transparent about that shit. Like, for me, you know, with my ex-wife, I think she would say it's multiple reasons. She would probably.
Oh, shit. What's the worst one? What's the worst one?
Because I wasn't open. I wasn't open to having the conversation about us after a while. Mm-hmm. Because I'll be honest, I was being selfish after a while. But you gotta really think, like, when somebody is not allowing you to grow in a relationship, grow as an individual. When somebody has issues with the things that you're trying to do to grow yourself as a person in a relationship, or they take issue to the fact that the growing that you're doing is not involving them, and there's no way that they can change that, what can you do? Am I going to stop growing now? Am I going to stop doing what I'm doing, knowing that I'm doing what I'm doing for us? It's bigger than me. I'm supposed to stop that so that I can cater to you and your emotions. That's not what I'm going to do. I'd rather take that. I'll take that L 100 times before I allow somebody to stop me from becoming my best self. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that would probably be the worst thing, like, that she could say, which wouldn't surprise me because I know that I became selfish in the end because I wanted what I wanted, because I never had the things that I'm doing now. when I first started to do those things, and Ty can attest to this, like when I first started, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was just so excited in doing something different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3-4 years ago, I was just excited about fucking doing something new that was outside of my comfort zone. People don't like when you step outside of your comfort zone without them.
Or what they used to.
What they're used to. They're used to a fucking person that's just
a certain you.
Just sedentary. They like to stay still. Once you start moving around and shit, and they can't track your whereabouts. They can't figure out how the fuck you moving because you're not telling them. Because everything is just, the success is happening, the growth is happening. They can't track you.
Right.
Once you get to that position, now it's a problem. It's a problem because you didn't involve them. And some things you just can't involve people with because it's not for them.
Y'all married. You can involve you. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we're married, but there's just certain types of growth. That's like when a woman is going on her path to her own personal growth. That's not for a man to go and try to join that journey with her. Because for one, I'm not a woman. I'm not going to understand what you need to understand as a woman. Right. I can only assist you when you need me. I can't fucking go on that journey with you for you to become the best woman you can be. Right. That's what Will was saying. Like, Will was saying this. Right. I can't be trying to make you happy if I'm not happy. I can't fucking submit to you if I'm not fucking submitting to myself and the things that I want to make me happy inside. How the fuck does that work? That's not a healthy relationship. Period. You can't create fucking some shit that was never there. You can't create it. If it was never there to begin with, you cannot create that. That has to be organic. You can't force it. So, that's neither here nor there.
Somebody had to go.
And it wasn't going to be me.
Somebody had to go.
And that's no knock against her. That's just the reality of the situation. And, she's a very fucking intelligent person and a real person. Probably one of the most real people that I know. I've had a lot of arguments with my ex. You know what I'm saying? And she's called me out on a lot of shit. And that's helped me grow as a man today. So I would never discount what she's done for me as a person. It's just shit don't work out the way that you planned it. That's life.
Well.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
Well.
You gotta give him the Ty hands. Ty go like.
Well. I don't know. I don't. What? I know. Let me see. First off, what ex? First of all, we gotta start with
the most recent.
The most recent.
Most recent.
That's why I had it.
Yeah, that's why I left it at the most recent. That's why I ain't digging in my past and want to know.
I ain't digging in my past. They probably say I was a dickhead. I think my ex would say it was my entrepreneurial lane. Like, we broke up on good terms in regards to knowing that we both were unhappy, but I do think that it had a lot more to do with me not knowing how to manage my time. I think more so, like, as far as being a girlfriend, because we were engaged. So, being a fiance and also managing the role of being a boss at the same time. So all of that happened in transition, of me being an entrepreneur, actually taking it serious, because, I've been an entrepreneur for a while, and I didn't actually take it serious until probably six years ago. So that mixture of her trying to understand what I'm doing kind of made it frustrated her a lot. Like, it frustrated her a lot because she, to me, I'm very selfish when it comes to my goals. Like, I'm very selfish. I know what I want, and I feel like I don't need to explain to anybody the reason why I want it or how I want it. I know that I'm just going to get it, and that's it. Either you're on board or you ain't on board. It is black and white with me because it's my career. Right. And I feel like if I can be on board with you and share the excitement and the knowledge of your career, I feel like you need to do the same thing when it comes to me. So, I guess that's where shit started to fuck up because, I felt like you're not on board with my shit. But when you wanted to be an entrepreneur and all that, I was supportive as fuck.
Right.
Even though I didn't understand it. I didn't understand the whole makeup thing but I forced myself to understand it. And I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody and they do have goals and they have dreams, it's not for you to understand. But as the partner, you should support regardless of anything. Be their backbone, and I felt like I wasn't getting that in return. So, I started to be distant as far as sharing my thoughts and sharing my goals with her, because it's not so many times a person can try to explain to you what they're trying to do, and you seem like you're not even in tune. Like, you don't even want to be bothered because you don't understand it, so you feel like, I don't understand it, so I don't know what you're talking about. Instead of you saying you don't understand it, explain it to me.
Right.
You ignore it and kind of give it a side eye, like, it might work. Because that's the worst thing you want to do in a relationship with somebody who got goals and dreams.
Doubt them.
Is doubt them. Because the minute they sense that doubt, your relationship is going downhill from there, because it's like, you don't believe in me. Fuck whatever it is that I'm trying to do. Like, I don't care if I'm trying to sell lemonade on the corner. You better be the biggest lemonade cheerleader in the world. Like, you better, I feel like that's what you should do when you're in a relationship. So, once I started to sense that, I was real distant. I'm like, if you can't support me, I don't give a fuck if you feel like I'm a fail. If you can't support me through this, then what's the reason for us being together? So that was one of the reasons. She might say it's because of, I was doing too much as far as entrepreneurial goals, that business lane, or she might just, hit everybody with the, we came up to an honest agreement of us being unhappy, but that unhappiness it was a segue. It was because you wasn't supportive, so it brings you to be unhappy, and it brings the household to be. It's the worst thing to do is walk in a household and you're unhappy with your mate. Like, that's, I don't care with nobody. If you ever live with somebody and y'all both unhappy and y'all in the same household, y'all feel like fucking roommates. Yep. Y'all feel like roommates. I felt like I was her roommate. Like, I felt like, let me not eat this because I don't want to hear her fucking mouth. Let me shower when she sleep. Let me not even, you start to feel like somebody's roommate, and that's the worst feeling, because if that's your mate and that's supposed to be your best friend and all this other shit, you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't feel like you in a household and your roommates. You should feel like that's your companion and that's your best friend. You can come in and be excited about your day and be like, yo, babe, I just made $1,000 today with this business. She's supposed to be happy, even though she don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's like you laughing in front of your best friend, and they laughing because you laughing. They don't know the story. They don't know what the fuck happened. You could have been laughing about you just shot somebody, but because you laughing and they know, yo, this shit gotta be funny. Like, this shit gotta be funny. And then you tell them like, oh, I shot somebody. Like, bro, that wasn't funny at all. Like, why the fuck?
Yeah. But you come here, like,
right? But they're gonna follow suit. I feel like in the relationship, in the marriage or whatever, I feel like your partner should follow suit regardless of what, and that wasn't being done. So, I mean, I could have did anything. I could have cheated. I could have did a whole lot of shit. But one day I just woke up and I was just like, yo, I'm unhappy. Like, what are we gonna do about this? Like, I'm unhappy. Like, either we gonna be unhappy, or we gonna be in here fighting each other. Because that's what it leads to. You try to stay with somebody and you feel forced, because whether or not if you married, and we were talking about getting married that following year. I'm not going to get married to somebody if I'm unhappy. We need to dissect this and push that date the fuck back, because I'm unhappy. And then she stated, I'm unhappy as well. I feel like I'm not getting attention. Well, there it goes. That was like, somebody got to go. Somebody got to go. And that's real grown up shit. I feel like if you can sit down with any of your exes and just kind of just say like, what happened to us, and they could tell you, and you could be like, oh, well, this is the reason why I did it. Maybe it should have been said during the relationship, but some people just need that break. We've been together for almost a decade, so it was situations where you get complacent, you get used to certain shit, you just start doing shit because you feel like, oh, you're here forever. Like, you just start agreeing to shit. And that, I feel like that was the wrong route that we took. But, I was able to at least tell her that, I wasn't happy. And then long behold, she told me, oh, I'm unhappy too. The fuck, you follower? Why the fuck you ain't tell me this? Like, why you... If you was unhappy before, why didn't you tell me that you wasn't happy? And then you start to realize that
Right.
there's things that now you're not compatible. People grow out of relationships, and whether it's friendships or actual relationships, people grow out of that, and it takes a real person to understand that we grew apart.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we grew apart and we on different paths, what do we do at this point? It's kind of harder when you got kids and you got all types of shit tied together. But if you don't got no kids, we don't got no kids together. So it was like, all right, we grew apart. Now let's do it. So it could be 2 reasons. It could be 2 reasons why she feel we broke up. But either way, I don't care what reason it is. Bye. You're gone. I'm gone. Past is the past. It's there for a reason. So so we want to know from y'all. We put up a post on our Facebook page. What would be the reason your ex would say if No Sugar Radio called them right now and said, Tyrone, I got Cynthia on the line. I got Cynthia on the line. What was the reason you guys broke up? What would Tyrone say to you or say to us of the reason why y'all broke up?
Don't even be thinking that motherfucking Tyrone. Like, here's what I don't know when it comes to this question. Because women, and this is a woman thing, dudes don't really give a fuck because there's no emotion. It's not raw. It's not a raw thing. Like, they just, like, put it out there. Women want to go into detail. And, like, it's a very simple question. I don't need you to explain to me what he did to you. Because ultimately, there's 2 sides to that story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We will call.
We will call and verify. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker and a dude ain't gonna go through all of that. He gonna be like, well, this motherfucker, like, she lying. I'm gonna tell you right now, she lying. This is what she did. This is what I did. This is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just think that, if you're gonna answer the question, just be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Honesty is the best
be
policy.
Honest, be
they ain't gonna
honest,
hurt us.
be
We don't
real.
care.
Just say, yo, she said I got a limp dick. All right, cool.
Hey, man, did you fix it?
Did you fix it?
Because I know ain't nobody. You think one person gonna accept it? She probably accepted it because she loved you. Ain't nobody else gonna accept no shit like that.
I mean, know your faults. Like, know what you did wrong. Like, I mean, those are the reason that I think it could be something else on her end, but those are the reason I think this is us sitting down in what she said. So, I mean, whether or not if I like it or not, those are the reasons.
That's the reason.
But, to just be real with yourself. If you, I'm a dirtbag, I'm a cheater. Okay, well then that's something that you know that you did. Acknowledge that. But there is some people that might drag it and might say, oh, I was the best person. I was always treating her right. I mean,
fucking lying, man.
Right.
She wouldn't have been in my house if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like that sometimes. I'm here for everybody now.
Right. And when I was on my dating thing, and girls would just volunteer. I don't know why girls do this shit. They volunteer information about their exes to you, and you don't care. Like, especially if you just wanted to smash. Like,
savagery.
They just sit there and just be like, "Well, the reason me and my ex broke up was I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that." Like, or they might just try to just try to force the conversation or something like. Yeah, that reminded me of my ex because when we broke... No, wait. Just understand, when you dating, nobody cares about your ex and what happened. So just a little keynote for all you women and men. Nobody cares. The worst thing you want to do is go into dating somebody and start talking about, oh, the reason why me and my ex broke up. Now you thinking about it. Like,
right.
Why you thinking about it now? Y'all broke up already. Like, the fuck?
Because she's still fucking him.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Right.
And that usually happens with baby mamas and baby daddies.
Right. And every baby mother should fuck them.
Nah.
You imagine they make that a law.
Yeah, you must maintain
sexual
intercourse with your child's parent for no less than 18 years.
Fuck that.
Holy shit. Oh, fuck
Can you imagine?
That. You gotta go. Somebody gotta go.
Somebody gotta go.
Somebody
like, 'cause I ain't about
gotta
to do that.
go.
What do you make a mistake? Now you opening the door for more fucking child support. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, y'all let us know. Y'all let us know what y'all thoughts are. Y'all let us know what y'all thoughts are. We gonna jump into the entrepreneur topic because we always tend to not jump into that, and I don't want to go to music break and then come back.
Yeah,
right
we
now.
need to.
We need to jump into that ASAP because And I feel like we need to jump on that like in the middle of the show too. Like we gotta switch that up because I think some people, we got a lot of entrepreneurs that be tuned in, and then I think that they need to hear that like first thing.
Yeah, because they be busy.
Right. They need to hear that like first thing. But Crash, what's this entrepreneur topic?
So today's entrepreneur topic is timing really everything in business? And since Blaine with the and I already know he got something he got to say. So we're going to start with you, Blaine. Is timing really everything?
You know, and when we first came into business and everything like that, you know, Todd plugged me in. We started to build, right? A lot.
Right.
And when we were building, we always used to get told timing was everything. It's all about the timing. You got to make sure you time everything out, right? And I fast forward to just last year when we came together and we built this from the ground up. There was no better time than when we did what we did, because at that particular time, nobody was doing what we are doing now, right? So two drastically different scenarios. MLM, you have to go with the wave. You have to go with the timing of everything, because if you jump too early, now you done fucked up everything that you do after that.
Right.
Every person that you involve yourself with after you fucked up the timing is not going to work, because it wasn't right. The foundation wasn't right.
Right.
As opposed to you doing something yourself, meaning like owning something or creating something, creating the wave yourself. There is no better time than the time that you think about it. To take advantage of it. If you see that there's something lacking in the marketplace, if you see that there's something lacking in this particular industry, and you have the means to change it, you have the idea, you have the footwork, you have the people, you need to jump on that shit when you think about it. Because the moment that you don't, there is somebody in this world, because somebody is up when you sleeping. They are thinking about it, and they are brainstorming, and they are masterminding to drop some shit somewhere else. And you thinking that I could wait 2 weeks and I'll put it out then. Now it's copyright infringement, because you done fucking waited so long that somebody jumped on your idea, but you didn't claim it. It's your idea though. You didn't claim it. Somebody else went out there, did what you were supposed to do, put in the work that you were supposed to put in, and incorporated themselves. Now you don't have no grounds to do that. Now you just a follower. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everything that's come from after No Sugar Radio has come out, I don't give a fuck what nobody says. They have some followers. Because before us, nobody was doing what we're doing. Still, nobody has built some shit from the ground up and fucking created an outlet in the industry that we are creating right now. They're followers. They're doing this shit from home. This ain't a work from home business, baby. This ain't MLM. We own this. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have more thoughts, but I ain't gonna go any further than that. I'll leave it at that. That's what I feel about is timing really everything. It is if you make it so. It is. If it isn't, you're just gonna be fucking watching life go by, watching all your friends and family fucking succeed at whatever the fuck they want to do if they're serious.
Right.
And you're just gonna be missing out, riding the bench.
So what about you, Ty? What you got on your end?
It's definitely everything. Timing is definitely everything. Like I truly believe that, because it might not be your time right now, but timing is everything. You know, so just in general, with life in general, because business, we all know, you know, you have to be the first one. You know, if Mark Zuckerberg didn't do Facebook, somebody was going to do it. Timing is everything. If you have a plan and you mastermind that shit, and it's time to go, you need to put that out there, because timing is everything. But if you sit there and you lag on your ideas and your creativity, you know, you might end up with a situation where somebody might take it from you. And that's just life, period. You know.
Right.
I just feel like when people say there's a time and place for everything, it is. It is. And when it comes to business, timing is everything, because business is competitive. It doesn't matter what business you in. Like, everything is competitive. Everybody is looking to get that next dollar. So Oh, and if it's not that next dollar, everybody's looking to get that next connection. And if you're not at the right place at the right time, you might lose it. And just so happened that us at No Sugar Radio, we did what we was told to do from the man above, and timing was everything. Like, the people were put in place for a reason. You know, whether or not if they're here or not, people were put in place for a reason. And now, look, months later, look where we are now, you know. So I just feel like if you don't consider time as being one of the important factors of your business, you might end up being the one that's the chaser and not the creator, because if you suck at it, you know, you could suck at something, but your timing was on point, and now you took off, but you suck, and then your timing was late. Everything is going wrong. Like, and don't take it for granted. In business, there's a lot of shit that fucks up. We are experiencing it now. There's a lot of things that fucks up. You can't control things that are on the outside. But as far as you jumping ship and making sure that putting your business out at the right time, I think that's very important. Whether it's products, whether you have a service like we do. The right time for us, like, we don't just put out shit just to put out shit. Like, everything is a time thing, because in business you don't want to overload anybody. You don't want to overload your audience. You don't want to overload them with a whole bunch of shit and you doing everything X, Y, and Z. There's a reason why No Sugar Radio is where we are today, because we did everything on a time frame that worked for us. If timing works for you, the perfect time works for you, then I say do it. What are you gonna risk? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Steve Harvey spoke about it too. He, like, if you feel like you have a great idea, the worst thing you can do to yourself is not move on that idea. Right. Not press the green light and move on it. So I feel like timing is everything in business, and if you don't believe that, and you are a business owner, you will start to agree with it when you start dealing with other people and there's other people on your team, because, you know.
If you don't feel like it's your time to do something, that doesn't hold the team back because you don't believe it's the right move to make for you.
Right.
So when you watch shit take off for other people and you had that opportunity to be there, but because of whatever you choose that it's not the right time, you can't be mad at that, because that's a decision you made on your own, of your own volition. Nobody forced you. Nobody put a gun to your head. Nobody made you feel a way about it. That was something you thought about. And you came to the decision on.
Hopefully you thought thoroughly about it.
You know,
what do you think, Crash?
I can't do nothing but more than agree with you guys when it comes to timing. One, because first of all, you can't even plan without timing. But most important, I want to get rid of the whole, like, you know, most people they speak about, you know, timing is everything. It's always that rush factor behind it. You know, and when it comes to timing, it's not always about rushing. Sometimes you got to slow things down, you know, to get a good steady pace. Right. Once you finish launching, or once you finish, you know, doing that fast most pace, getting momentum up, things of that nature. But yes, definitely when it comes to business, you know, to me, your business will not move, it will not grow, it will not progress the way you would want it to if your timing is not right.
Right.
If your timing is not on point. So yes, of course, timing is definitely most important when it comes to business.
And when it comes to the music industry,
timing, you better ride that wave.
Timing is everything. And perfect example, Beyonce and this tour. Every time she puts out a tour, when income tax comes, because she knows that everybody gets money around that time, and she wants sold out shows. So what do? Every time there's income tax time, Beyonce has a tour, or she drops an album.
Drop an album. Her album is coming. Don't worry.
So you
better
know,
wake up.
It's not something that we created. It's not something that everybody else created.
It's a law.
Timing is everything, and there's books out there that can tell you, you know, when it's time to post, when it's time not to post. Timing is everything, and everything you do. I'm telling you. So if you guys feel like, oh, I only got one like today, but I got 300 yesterday, what time did you post it?
Right.
What time of a day did you post it? Did you post it at 8 o'clock? Everybody's at work, boo boo. Nobody's liking your shit. Like,
tell them.
Ain't even seeing your shit.
You know, but that's just us. We, you know, who are we? We just entrepreneurs trying to live the good life. So
go
those
give it
who
a
don't
try,
want to
see what happens.
don't want to listen to us, you know, well,
This is all. I really want people to understand this point too as well. It's not even about at that point. It's bigger than timing. This information is free. It's free as fuck. I'm talking about like you can Google like these questions and these different things. Is timing everything? When is the right time to post? When is the right time to start your business? You can Google and find sophisticated answers for this stuff.
Instagram offers that shit.
You know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing is this information is free, but it'll cost you if you don't use it.
Bars on that note.
I hope
we gonna let that settle in.
Yeah.
King, say it again.
Moment of silence, please.
So, the information that we bless y'all with on a week-to-week, month-to-month basis ever since July of last year, this is free information. You can Google it, but it'll cost you if you don't use it. Every Sunday, we come with that church.
Right. And y'all now tune in to No Sugar Radio. Gang. BSB.
This is Rico Nasty, and when I'm in Baltimore, I turn into No Sugar Radio. Yeah. Sugar Trap.
Watch me get that cash, bitch, don't worry about my past, bitch, cause every move I make it better than the last, bitch, oh. Yeah, smoking OG gas bags when I'm in a drop top, color diamonds on my shit, they look just like pop rocks, oh. Chopper in a trunk is as big as a boombox, and a clip longer than a motherfucking tube sock. They playing poker, they bluffing. I flex on that bitch, it ain't nothing. No care about the season, no cuffing. I'm only cuffing that money. She'll do it all for 100. She hop on that dick like a bunny. Walk up on him, now we running. And on my music, she be bumping. But she hating cause she ugly. That clip of 50, he keep dumping. Bitch, I turn nothing to something. My pockets fat just like a pumpkin. I put the money in a duffel. I don't know you, I can't trust you. No fast break, I gotta hustle. Rather show you than rebuttal. I'm chasing a sec, I can't cuddle. Y'all talk it over, go huddle. Put words together like it's Virgil. My jewelry dripping like a puddle. I can survive in the jungle. My shooter keep jacking like lumber. I swear to God, I cannot fumble. My hair is long just like Rapunzel. Ain't talking if it ain't about the numbers. Bitch, we ballin' like the thunder. Say that shit to make them wonder. Keep a tool just like a plumber. Bitch, I need 3 4 I am. My pockets say stuff like a dumpling. If we see it, we gon' crush it. Yeah, yeah. Watch me get that cash, bitch. Don't worry about my past, bitch. Cause every move I make it better than the last, bitch. Oh. Yeah. Smoking OG gas bags when I'm in a drop top. Color diamonds on my shit. They look just like pop rocks. Oh. Chopper in a trunk is as big as a boombox, and a clip longer than a motherfucking tube sock.
Y'all, we are back. No Sugar Radio. Last 5 minutes of the show, so you already know we about to close everything. Close up shop.
Wrong.
So I'm gonna start off by letting y'all know this Fly Title Promoter. Go follow me on Instagram and just click all the links, and you'll get me everywhere else. If you don't have Instagram, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Fly Title Promoter.
That way. Yeah, it's your instigator, better known as Crash. You already know what to do. Hit me on that No Sugar Radio, anywhere and everywhere.
This your boy King Action. You can find me on Instagram at _King Action Google Google King Action anywhere else. And this is another exciting edition of No Sugar Radio.
Yeah.
What we got coming?
We got Miami coming. We got Miami coming. We got this anniversary party coming too.
TBD.
I just had the design on the line just now.
We got a couple of merges that's gonna happen soon.
You talking too much.
So just be aware and tune in a lot more. We got more countries that's gonna be posted that is now tuned in. So just be aware. Just check us out on Instagram and stay locked in, stay tuned in. We appreciate everything. We appreciate
Shout out
you
to
guys.
all the new likes, all the new supporters, man.
Right, and everybody tuned in for the Facebook Live too. Like, shout out to everybody that's tuned in Facebook Live. However you tune in, you be tuned in. So we wanna thank you and say we appreciate you.
We definitely do.
Just make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Follow all of our Instagram accounts, whatever accounts we have.
Shit, we got a bunch and more coming. I'm telling you, just stick with the winning team. We the winning team, but we ain't gonna go. We ain't gonna tell y'all everything because there's too much winning that's gonna be happening.
Too much to tell right now.
Too much to tell. We gotta fucking get some things lined up. But with that, Ty, what we gonna close out with? Let's get them closed out.
Make it subliminal.
Make it subliminal.
Your hand hit the shit out of me just now.
Uh oh. I don't know who should we
you know what I'm saying? Gang,
who was banging? Who was banging
Everybody
this
banging.
week?
Gang,
Who was
gang.
banging this week?
This week.
I think we should play out Wolf. What track? What track Wolf had? What track?
Wolf had a couple tracks.
That singing joint we lit though, I ain't gonna lie.
He always, I'm with that. I'm with that. You can do that. There you go.
No Sugar Radio.
Wolf. I blame myself for every time. Stuck in a past I can't let go. I guess it's not enough of a crime. My future with someone else you stole. Look what you done started. You left me broken hearted. It's too late for sorry. Tell me I departed. Play me like I'm retarded. When you're the reason I'm so guarded. I leave as soon as I start it. Yeah, it's too late for starting. I think that every little break was 'cause of you. When you made every little nightmare come true. Now it's impossible for me to read the truth. I hope you're happy. I hope you're proud of what you do. Look what you done started.